Today I am ranking all the heroes in Marvel Champions by fun, but I'm not alone because I have been challenged to a hero fun tier list battle. Not quite sure what that is, but I am joined by Villainette. I'm Villain Fury. How are you feeling? You ready for this?
I'm ready for this, but I'm not the one who set this challenge.
Yeah, well, basically, if you've watched any of my videos before, if you've listened to Shadow of the Cast, you'll hear me talk about my mysterious partner, and it was about time she came on a video. So what we're going to do is she's going to talk about one of the heroes, probably go in chronological order, and then rank it on our tier list here, and then I'm going to place that hero on my own version of the list where I want them. So we're going to end up, by the end of this video, with 2 tier lists, and I'm curious which version of the tier list, mine or Villainette's, that you guys will prefer. And I have a terrible feeling you might resonate more with hers. What do you think about that? Do you think you have the popular opinion?
I have the more superior opinion.
The superior opinion. Okay, it's going to be one of those. She will tell you she's not competitive, but I don't know.
Bring that side out of me.
I think it's just with me.
It is.
Right, so I feel like we just fly into this. You have named the tiers. We've got super fun, awesome, fun, and yeah, we start with Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about Spider-Man? Where does he go? Do you find him super fun? Is he not for you?
Oh, I like Spider-Man.
So you like him. Does that mean he's here?
No, I say he's probably fun.
Okay,
he's not someone I'd outright go to, but he's someone like on occasion I would like to play.
Okay. Is there anything that like particularly appeals or doesn't appeal about him, or he's just kind of like in the middle?
Backflipping everywhere.
Backflip is really fun.
Backflipping everywhere is fun.
That's a satisfying card.
And his high damage card is juicy.
Yep. Swing and web kick. Swinging web pig is sometimes what I've heard it called.
That's why I try not to say it.
Some card names are easy to say for different people, and that is one that I'm not sure you will ever master.
No, but do I want to master it?
No.
No.
It's funnier this way. Okay, so Spider-Man has been placed in fun for your tier list. We're going to swap over to mine, and I'm going to drag him... this is difficult because I feel like he is awesome. I always enjoy Spider-Man. For me, he's got some kind of awkwardness, but also a lot of fun, and trying to make that work in a fun way is really good. His cards are satisfying. I'm going to tentatively put him in fun, but for me, whereas you had him kind of like closer to fun but flawed, I have him closer to awesome, but still in the same tier is kind of what I'm feeling here.
I'm feeling copycat.
Okay, there's 5 tiers here. Okay. As soon as you place one in the same tier as me... Oh, wait, you're placing them first, though. This didn't work out well.
Oh, no.
But I do really like Spider-Man, and I'm reserving the right to alter them as we go through the video, as we start to fill out this list, if it feels like the early ones aren't in the right place.
I thought that's what we were doing anyway.
Ah, well, then it is. Right, back to you. Captain Marvel. Where's she going to go?
Captain Marvel is awesome. I don't even need to say where she's going because she is awesome.
Okay, so she goes straight up there. Anything particularly fun about her that makes her, better than Spider-Man?
I feel like you can build her in any way you like. I think she's quite a flexible hero. I like how she works with a lot of energy cards.
Yep.
I like knowing what you're going into with the hero.
Okay, I see. Well, I'm going to go ahead and rank her. I think those are all fine points, but I'm going to go ahead and rank her in not for me. And this is kind of what you're saying. She works with anything, but in a way she works with anything too much for me. I do kind of always have fun when I play her, but it's kind of a fun I could have had with any other hero, because to me, she's just very much a blank canvas to the extremes. She does like energy. She can like charge up her energy, card, but it doesn't strike me as like particularly different. I kind of feel like of all the characters in the game, she's kind of one of the most kind of like generic overall, if that makes sense. So she's got lots of money, and you can kind of do anything with her. But I feel like whatever deck I did for her, I could do it in a more interesting way on several other characters. Just doesn't really have that appeal to me for that reason.
I'm going to come out of this video very disappointed in you, aren't I?
Oh, yeah. I think you started this video very disappointed in me.
I had a rough idea from the beginning where, like, your opinions on a lot of the heroes from how much we play it.
Yeah.
I think seeing it visually on a screen is really going to hammer that nail into the disappointment board.
Yeah, we play a ton of Marvel Champions together. Almost all the games that I play, you are there. I normally play 2-player, and this is the lovely person, competitive person that I play with. So this is not a copycat.
No, it's not.
You are not happy. You're not happy when I place one at the same as you, and you're not happy when I place it differently to you. I feel like this is going to be a difficult video.
Might well be, yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on. Back to you. Where's She-Hulk going? Are you is she getting up to super fun?
Absolutely not. I am not really a fan of She-Hulk. I'm going to say not for me.
Oh, I mean, it's the right color scheme for her. And
It is. I've never gelled with She-Hulk. You've built some great decks to try and help her, and some of the rules changes have helped her. But for me, I've never gelled with her.
Yeah, I knew you were going to place this one low, and I think that's fair. I think She-Hulk is quite an unusual character in terms of like flow of the game, but also she has there's a couple cards which aren't as good as others, and I think this is fair. I think a lot of people would put She-Hulk here. I do see polls and things in the community, and a lot of people put her low. I, however, am gonna not copycat you again. I am gonna put her not for me, not in fun, but for I think she might be another candidate for fun. You know, when She-Hulk's really fun, she is really fun. I might even put her in awesome. I'm gonna put her. Ooh, I think there's so many characters in this game I like. This is the fatal flaw. This is why I make content for this game, because I like so much of it. I'm gonna leave awesome clear for future characters. I'm gonna put her at fun, but it is a strong fun. I really enjoy She-Hulk. I think everything she does, except those couple of cards which aren't as good, is very satisfying.
That sounds fair. I don't like that you've put her above Spider-Man, though.
Well, if it was comics, Spider-Man would be like up here, right?
Oh, 100%.
But I don't know. You know, this is really close to me, and I reserve my right. I reserve my right to change my mind on this as well. But this is how it will stand for the time being.
Let's see.
Iron Man builds a suit made of iron. What do you do?
I like Iron Man. He takes a while to set up, but once he's set up, he is pretty fun.
I'm gonna counter that and say in our last games with him, hasn't he set up in like 1 or 2 turns?
That is true. That is true. I am going to put him in fun.
Fun above or below Spider-Man?
Above.
Oh well, I'm not happy you put a character above Spider-Man.
When he gets going, and you do get that quick setup, he is super strong.
I think most of our decks these days are like Justice with the new cheap ones. Or more than that, the protection with like the Zero Cost Energy Shield now, and like the last game we had especially was...
Well, yeah, when you get those games where he sets up really quick, he's flying through the game. But if you get those games where you're really struggling to find that tech...
I don't remember us having a slow game with him in like a long time now. I don't think those happen anymore, really.
I'm scarred from the memories.
You probably are. You know, Corset Iron Man is very different from modern day 2025 Iron Man. Okay, I think that's a respectable placement. I think he's fun. You get to press a lot of buttons, build up a big board of stuff.
We love buttons.
That is kind of fun, but there's a lot of characters for me where you set up like a big board of stuff and then you can kind of do everything, where I kind of get a bit bored at that moment. It's like I've already won when I've got so much stuff on the board, then it's just kind of waiting for the end of the game as I push all the buttons to win. But Iron Man keeps it kind of interesting. I think it helps that his big attack card, like the Repulsor Blast card, you discard and you don't know how much damage it's going to do, and you've got kind of that frill when you play it, which once you're set up, it's probably going to be every turn because he's a lot of card draw, and he'll discard the rest of the cards, so his deck will reset. That keeps him really fun, and I do like the setting up. It does feel thematic, and he loves repurpose, and so do I. So I'm thinking... I don't think he makes my top. I don't think he makes awesome. I think the fun tier is going to grow fastest first, but I promise you guys, I will put characters elsewhere. But Iron Man... I think for me, he goes below Spider-Man. He goes, like, here.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You said you love repurpose. Do you love me or a purpose more?
Let's move on with the video.
I know the answer to that. It's repurpose.
Back to the video. We're going chronologically. We're at the last hero of the core set. It's Black Panther himself.
Oh, I like Black Panther.
I said Black Panther himself, but there are now 2 Black Panthers. So this is T'Challa. This is the King.
I'm going to put Black Panther in awesome.
Nice. I feel like Black Panther doesn't get a lot of love from the community. Can you tell me what you like about Black Panther?
Wakanda Forever.
It's a fun card.
When you get several Wakanda Forevers in one turn, it just feels like such a good turn.
It does feel really good to like play one card and then like 4 different things happen.
And he's unique in the fact that he's got Retaliate on his hero card, so just taking all those attacks and then just firing all back at them. And when you get that last hit with that Retaliate, it's...
Oh, you're quite a Retaliate person. You know,
maybe I like Retaliate.
Maybe we should play some more Retaliate decks for you in protection.
Yeah. You seen my Retaliate tokens?
Yeah. We also have Cap coming up, who does kind of get Retaliate, but it's like not on his hero card officially. But with a couple of Retaliators here, which is interesting. I'm going to go complete copycat, turn off my brain, and I think Black Panther is awesome too. I've said this before, he's my favorite character from the core set. I just like that sequence of activating Wakanda Forever, so satisfying. and now he's got new stuff from the Shuri pack, and I do slightly prefer that new stuff with Shuri, but it's fun for him. Oh, the team up card is really
Heart of
good.
the Panther is so good.
The team up card is really,
So
really
good.
fun.
You have to play it every time it comes up.
Yeah. Let's move on to Captain America. So we've finished the core set. We're on to Wave 1. The heroes leading up to Rise of Red Skull before it came out. Where's Captain America going to go?
I quite like Cap, especially in leadership. I think that's where he fits the best. I'm going to put him... I'm going to say Awesome.
At the back of Awesome? The top of Awesome? Or the middle?
The back of Awesome.
Okay, so you put Captain America in Awesome. I want to know, and this goes for all the characters actually, how much does the character in like comic books or the movies, how much does, who the character is impact your enjoyment and where you place them? Or is it, are you more pure mechanical? How much impact does it have?
Cap is the only one who has been affected by comics and movies.
Okay.
Otherwise, Spider-Man would be S tier for me, like all the way at the top.
Okay.
But Cap is Cap.
You don't think She-Hulk's been affected?
I haven't read too much about She-Hulk, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Like, I am reading through the Civil War comics, and I have like seen little bits about her from her own Civil War comic and her little cameos in other comics. But Cap is Cap for me. He's the living legend.
He is a living legend, and it gives you a nice discount on the first ally played.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. I think Cap is fun. I'm going to place him now, and I don't think he's going to go quite as high for me. He's somewhere between fun and fun but flawed. Cap is a solid all-rounder, but like it's nothing that really like moves me to like want to play him. But I do enjoy him a lot. What he has is just satisfying. I'm going to tentatively put him at the bottom of fun, but I think it's closer to fun but flawed. As we fill out this list, I think this tier, more than the others, but probably a couple of the others, will become, 2 rows long. And I think you'll start to see Cap will probably move toward the lower end, whereas I think Spider-Man and She-Hulk for me will move toward the higher end. What about Miss Marvel? Miss Marvel's a very unusual hero. Still, one of the early heroes, but still to this day very unusual.
You love Miss Marvel.
Don't give it away.
You love Miss Marvel.
Where are you going to put Miss Marvel, and why is it super fun? No.
So I don't play her as much as you. I think because you hog her. I enjoy her though. Every time I've played her, I have enjoyed her. I think I might put her in Awesome.
Ooh, that is way higher than I expected. Not in a bad way, but I was definitely expecting like one of the 2 below it. That's cool. So she's...
Don't make me change my mind.
No, I'm not. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I absolutely expected this.
I do enjoy her. She is fun. She can be built in fun ways. Signature cards are really fun. I think the only one I don't really play is usually her signature ally.
Oh yeah, Red Dagger.
Yeah, because there's so many other things I want to do with her.
She does want to, attack for, and she's got a lot of cards to set up that do good every turn for her.
Exactly, so. And her ability is unique.
Gotcha. I think she's pretty unique too. I really like that, you exhaust her, you bounce the card back to hand, return that event. I'm going to place her now, and interestingly, I think I'm going to place her in the same tier. I don't think she makes my top tier. She would have a few years ago. What I think is her Miss Marvel, though, is her most unique thing to me, apart from like being able to return an attack or forwarding kind of event to her hand, is that you can, shrink or embiggen her events. You can increase them or decrease them. And we've now got a lot more characters that can do that. We have Gambit, who can like add counters on to charge up his attacks. And that can go even further than just +2 from embiggen. But we also have Nick Fury, who does very similar. We've now got Winter Soldier, who does it less, but basically from turn 1 all the time. He can play an attack with his arm and it gets a +1. We have the aspect cards like Aggressive Energy, Operative Skill, and so on. And I feel part of the thing which really made her appeal to me, which is changing up the values of cards, that fun is no longer unique to her, so it no longer feels so special. I no longer feel drawn to her to get that experience. But I still really like her kit, her alter ego support. I still do really like her, so I'm actually going to put her above Black Panther. So she's a very awesome character for me.
She is.
Okay, next up we have Thor, who I think it's fair to say is one of your favorite comic book, or at least maybe movie characters.
Correct. I really do like Thor. Back in the day when we first started playing, I wasn't the biggest fan of Thor.
I think I remember what happened. So we started playing this game, I introduced you to it, and you told me Thor was one of your favorite characters. And I remember you played him, and after that game, you were almost like deadpan neutral. I don't think you wanted to say, but I don't think you enjoyed it.
Probably not. Not back then. And after some therapy. And eventually I went back to Thor, and you built me a really fun deck. And from then on, I've not looked back. So I'm going to put him in awesome.
Ooh, your awesome tier is going to be very big, is my impression here. And that's not a criticism, but I like that you like these characters like in a strong way.
Yes, I either like them a lot or I don't like them a lot.
Thor is an interesting one for me. I think he's aged really well with the card pool. Like when we started playing, Limitless Stamina wasn't even a thing, for example. And outside of Aggression, there was no minion summoning, and now we've got a bunch of it. And Thor has a lot of fun decks. I do feel like for me, some games with Thor fall a bit flat. Then some games where you happen to draw minions and a couple of villain turns, he really pops off in a big way.
He does.
And you could have the same encounter deck shuffled like in 3 different ways, and you might get almost no minions in the villain phase, or all minions in the villain phase, or a mixture. And that's like 3 different Thor experiences, just depending on if that one like minion card was one space different, shuffled in the encounter deck.
Depends on which one of us shuffled.
Yeah, your shuffles are terrible. Whatever you don't want the shuffle to do, it will happen. And if you shuffle a card in, it will end up on the top. And I will watch you do it. That card has disappeared. It ends up on the top. You should consider Magic.
I should. Yeah.
Yeah. But cool. I don't think 4 goes that high for me. In fact, I'm going to slap 4 in Fun But Flawed, because I do like him, but I don't always like him. And I think that's the thing. What about Black Widow? Because I feel like 4 and Black Widow were 2 of the characters you liked the most from the MCU when we first started playing this. But I feel like these are the ones that maybe didn't resonate with you as much in Marvel Champions.
I still feel like you prefer Black Widow to me.
That's a worrying sign about her placement.
She's going to go in Fun But Flawed.
Okay. I did think you might put her one below.
No, I do like playing her every now and then. Whereas She-Hulk, no.
You have nightmares about She-Hulk.
I do, yeah. Especially that twerking. Black Widow, the last game we played with her, I was Black Widow, she did manage to trigger everything that she wanted to do. But there are some times where it's just not possible. The timing never works out.
I think we should play her more with Ready for a Fight in Protection. Yeah. Because that is the card that lets her go alter ego, but then swap to hero form in the villain phase to trigger stuff. So she gets the best of both of her forms. So maybe we need to play that a little bit more with her.
I think we should try that.
But as it is, I think that's respectable. I have a similar thing. I love the idea of her. But to me, she sometimes feels a bit passive, and sometimes the right thing doesn't come up for the preparation. So you just have a bunch of these cards out that don't actually trigger sometimes, and it can get a little bit weird.
Yes, I agree.
So I'm gonna put her. Since we have less tiers now, I think I have to be more ruthless. And in my old tier list, which had like 7 or 8 tiers, she wouldn't be in the lowest tier. But here, I think she's gonna be toward the high end of the last tier.
I understand that.
Cool. So talk to me about Doctor Strange.
Super fun. Do I need to explain Doctor Strange?
You're putting him in super fun. I did not expect this, actually.
Doctor Strange is awesome.
Yeah?
His invocation deck, just spam that and you've won, basically.
See, I don't like spamming his invocation deck, which is one of the reasons I'm going to put him down here on my list.
I think we might have to have a talk after this.
But you liked invocations.
I do, yeah. I think that's something else so that no one else has.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it can really boost up the power for the whole table, not just Doctor Strange. And
Very true.
And if you're having a little bit of trouble with your health and you can't flip down, he can give you a tough card. Or if you're just a bit of a noodle, okay, he can help you out.
Okay. So in some way, you kind of like that he is a support part as well as maybe... Because I think you like doing stuff in the game is what I've observed. I do, yes. But he can kind of like make a big impact and support the table. I think that's fair. I'm just going to quickly go to mine and drop him here. And I just feel like the invocation deck is his best thing. And I've had Doctor Strange for a long time. I played him a lot. And I played those invocations so many times. And I think some of his other cards outside the invocations are kind of awkward. So it just doesn't appeal to me.
I don't feel bad for you.
Yeah, you don't feel bad for me.
No. You were making out like you had him for such a long time. It was such a burden.
It is a great burden. No, it's not. I know a lot of people are struggling to get Doctor Strange at the moment. But yeah, he comes with some amazing aspect cards, but the hero himself, I'm not too concerned about myself. But if we go back to Villainette's list, we have Doctor Strange at the top. So some very different opinions on that one.
one more superior opinion.
Well, why don't we talk about another quite controversial hero? That is Hulk.
I'm going to ask you to predict where you think I will put him.
I think you're going to put him below She-Hulk.
Correct. Why?
Because you hate Hulk. You have an allergy against anything green. No. I think the characters with smaller hand sizes and some slightly awkward cards, which Hulk definitely has, I don't think gel well with you.
No, I mean, Thor's an exception, but once you can get Asgard down on the table, he's absolutely fine.
Yeah. And
but Hulk, I don't gel with Hulk.
I think a lot of people will agree with where you put Hulk. And I think I do as well, so we're just going to knock this one out of the way quickly. Hulk, for me, there is a lot of fun I think you can have with him, actually.
Yes, we had a good Justice deck at one point, didn't we?
Maybe. I think we've had good aggression decks as well. That's like my favourite one to play him in. I love Hulk to just do Hulk things and smash. But the problem with Hulk is everything's very awkward, and I feel like a lot of his cards are quite bland.
Yes.
And yeah, not a character, not a superhero that makes you feel super, doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
We're back to yours, and another character I know you love, and is going to end up pretty high, is Hawkeye.
Oh, how you're wrong, sweet summer child. I rarely play Hawkeye, and I think I just play everything but his aspect stuff.
You mean the right kind of villain for like the status effects?
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, he's not for me, but he is at the top of the not for me list.
Gotcha. I mean, I do think his arrows are hurt a lot by Steady and Stalwart. I think that's kind of what you're talking about there. I do like playing his arrows a lot. The problem is I wanted to play too many, and you play the first one, you exhaust his bow.
Yes.
Try and play the second one, and now you've got a problem for some reason, which makes him kind of awkward. He's just kind of got an awkwardness about him. I'm going to go ahead and put him in fun but flawed, because I do actually really like his arrows. I think almost all of them are really satisfying. Do you remember that game we did where we were each playing two heroes,
yes.
two-handed each, so simulating four-player? And I think we got off a 15 damage explosive shot.
We did,
because Winter Soldier had gathered up an army of minions, and Hawkeye just absolutely annihilated them.
He did.
That kind of thing is fun. If there's a tough minion and you've got a vibranium arrow, that is like also my favorite thing. Those are my two favorite arrows he has. Now we're on to Spider-Woman, who's a very unusual multi-aspect character.
I like Spider-Woman. And for me, it's always a puzzle and of what to play, how much to play, how much can I boost her stats.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put her in super fun.
Okay.
I think I'll put her in awesome.
All right. Well, awesome is a pretty big tier right now.
It is.
Any way you want to place her?
Just under Captain Marvel.
Okay, so quite a way up there.
Yes.
I like the puzzle as well, and I like everything about that. I mean, I feel like that makes a lot of sense to me. I can't remember if I asked you where you wanted Miss Marvel or Thor placed in this tier. Do you feel like this is accurate?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, Spider-Woman, I think her own cards are very bland in a way. It's like ready up or deal damage or put status cards out. But I feel like they're very blank, so that when you build from two different aspects, nothing feels out of place and gets in the way.
Yeah.
And I love the possibilities with her. I've been working on a little secret project, and I spent a long time on a little Spider-Woman section where I figured out there's quite a lot of possibilities she has. So that's a bit of a tease. And I already knew she had a lot of possibilities. But even more than I had realized, when you really sit down and try and like map some of it out, there's so much she can do, like in not just a weird, janky like way, but in a really viable, interesting way that really elevates her for me. As someone who plays the game a lot, a character with a ton of replayability is, extremely valuable.
Yes.
So she never feels old, and every time there are new cards out, she can almost always do something interesting with them in some combination. So for me, she's going to fight all the way up to top of awesome at a minimum, possibly super fun. I feel like in my last time I ranked them for fun, she was down a bit, but originally she was like right near the top. I'm going to put her here for now, but I really like Spider-Woman.
You do really like Spider-Woman.
Mm-hmm. You bought me a Spider-Woman playmat.
I did, yeah. I don't know if I should be jealous.
You bought it for me.
I meant of how much you like her.
Yeah, she's not as good as Repurpose. But she's kind of fun with Repurpose. So, that's a different story.
She is.
I forgot to say it, but we started the second wave of heroes. That started with Hawkeye, now we're at Spider-Woman. And then we've got the 4 kind of hero packs coming up, starting with Ant-Man. Little tiny Ant-Man. Where does he go?
Ant-Man. Ooh, fun.
Fun. Bottom of fun? Top of fun?
In the middle.
In the middle, okay. Talk to me about Ant-Man.
He's another one I think you enjoy more than me.
Yeah.
For me, it's knowing when to flip form, when to stay in his form. I know you like to flip every single turn.
More or less.
And then sometimes I'm like, well, if I flip, I can't do this. And I've got these cards in my hand that I like him to be in the other form, but I don't feel like I can go there yet. And
He can flip most turns.
I know he can flip.
He can flip back the next turn.
I know.
I feel like we should get like Ant-Man and Spider-Woman out again at the table, especially with some of the new cards and things. I think that would be fun. Kind of revisit some of these older characters again.
Is it a date?
Sure.
Awesome.
Well, I can tell you we very clearly have very different opinions about Ant-Man. I don't think his puzzle is like too hard, honestly. But I do really like him. I think he's another character like, Captain America. His cards are satisfying, especially like the giant stomp. I like triggering like the tiny ants, and then you flip form and ping a damage. So he do like lots of little bits of small damage or massive damage, and I quite like that. So for me, he's easily up to awesome, and I'm gonna drag him. This is tough because I like all these characters, but Ant-Man, every time, in my head sometimes I don't feel like the appeal, but every time I play him, I'm like, yeah, this character's awesome. So I think he ends up here.
I see. What I feel, what I was trying to explain is when you go to tiny form, you get card draw.
Yep. Well, if you've got his helmet out.
Yes. You go to tiny form, you get card draw, giant stomp.
You spend it on something else.
But if that, like, you haven't got much else to spend it on.
And then you shouldn't have played your hand originally the way it was. So you need to find a better deck builder. It's just me. I normally build the decks. No, I mean, that is totally something that can happen. But it's not really something that can happen for Wasp. Wasp doesn't have that issue. Most of her cards work in any form.
I'm not a big fan of Wasp.
No?
I will be honest. I like her alter ego ability. I think that's quite fun.
Yeah.
I don't really like her cards.
That's fair enough. So is she ending up down here?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
Above Hawkeye. No one's that bad, apart from the Hulks.
Do you think these would be your bottom 3 characters for the game then? Is this a prediction?
Possibly. I mean, Valkyrie's coming out, but I'm not.
Ooh, okay. Well, Wasp, I think I kind of get it. I don't love her own cards as well. Like, they're quite versatile, some of them, but they lack that satisfaction. She does have some fun combos, but I think that placement is pretty good. I think I'm going to put her... Do I prefer her to Black Widow and Hawkeye or not? I think not. I think I'm going to drop her down here. For kind of similar reasoning. What about Quicksilver, the fastest hero? Well, I guess Nova has light speed flight, but he's a pretty fast hero. Maybe the fastest running hero. Where do you place him? I feel like this one will be tough for you.
Fun but flawed.
Oh, down here. Okay. Talk to me about Quicksilver.
Wrong man.
Yep.
He's a bit bland.
Okay. There have been a lot of readying characters that have released since him, which do a bit more as well as ready up a lot.
His stats aren't great, and you have to try and find the right upgrade that you want.
Ah, that's pain.
I know you like him.
I think you misunderstand me. It's painful trying to find that right upgrade. I agree.
I know how much you used to really like Quicksilver.
When I started playing this game, Quicksilver was like a top 3 hero for me, no questions asked. But since time has passed, he has definitely fallen down for me. Has he fallen this far? I guess we'll find out. Above or below Black Widow for you?
Below.
Below, okay. I'm going to swap over to mine. And I still like Quicksilver a lot sometimes, but there's kind of awkward times, and Quicksilver definitely takes a couple of turns to reach maximum power, and I think that's fair enough. But there's like 63 characters in the game now, and now I have to spend a few turns feeling weak and like struggling. I don't know, I feel like there are other characters that I can play that I get a better experience with early on, and they still grow, and I still get a better experience with later as well, and that's kind of like holding me back a bit. But I really like Friction Resistance. I really like his combos with Maximum Velocity. I'm going to put him maybe here. So fun but flawed as well, but higher up. So I like him. It's just a little bit awkward sometimes, Sometimes I just think about playing him and I'm like, no, I'll pass on him. Do we have another character going into this tier? Because right now you've put 2 of the Wave 2 heroes down here. Is Scarlet Witch going in here?
Absolutely not.
No? What about all the way down?
Put her in the correct tier.
I'm going to guess the very top tier.
She's in the very top tier. Move her up.
Oh, the top of the top tier.
Don't dethrone my queen.
Okay, now I feel a bit jealous. But you like Scarlet Witch a lot.
I do like Scarlet Witch a lot. I think she's super fun. I like that she can play chaos with the encounter deck. I like that she can tweak the boost icons and she can even help other people with them. She's got her magic shield. She has her alter ego ability. She's got a lot going for her.
When we first played Marvel Champions, I played Star-Lord, and so when you say you like playing Chaos with the encounter deck...
Not to that level.
Okay, I just had to, like, clear that up.
Not to that level.
But I do think Scarlet Witch is a really fun character. Okay, I've got to place her now, and I actually really, really like Scarlet Witch as well, actually. I don't think I put her in my top, but she is somewhere among these ones for me. I'm going to gently put her behind Spider-Woman here, because I like her a lot. I think Hexbot is one of my favorite cards in the entire game, but
it better be gently or she will hurt you.
It'll be fine. Right, we're on to Groot. Where are you planting the tree?
Fun but flawed.
Okay, top or bottom?
Top.
Top. Okay. Talk to me about Groot. Why do you enjoy him, but what are the flaws?
So, this is one where the MCU has nothing to do with Groot, because I love Groot, and you know I love Groot. But he has the Groot problem. The counters, they're great, but again, they can cause a lot of problems, especially when you get smacked and you lose a lot of your counters and you're building them up to do big combos with. And he just has Groot problems.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and place Groot, and I think he goes into the same tier for me. And he used to be like the low tier character I championed, but I think after a certain other hero came out that I think is similar, that we'll talk about later, I think he's kind of lost some of that unique appeal to me about the way that he's got this like resource which is defensive, but he can spend it, or he can just like keep it and do like bigger combos, bigger things. I do quite like to spend his counters, but I do like building up these big combos too. But he's got a lot of awkwardness.
And that Nemesis set is no.
Yeah, Quicksilver's got a terrible Nemesis set as well, like really difficult. So those characters, I don't think that really impacts their tier placement for me, but it's definitely something to look out for.
Makes me a bit wary when they come out, though.
Mm-hmm.
Can impact the fun.
Yeah. What about Groot's best pal, Rocket Raccoon?
I don't love Rocket.
I get the impression you don't really connect with him in the game.
I don't, and every time I play him, I find it hard to work out what I'm going to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
Every turn feels a bit like a mission. And it's nothing to do with the deck that's been made. I think it's just him and his cards. So for me, I hadn't ever thought about this before, but I think he's not for me.
Really? Rocket Raccoon?
Yes.
Whereabouts is he going in this tier?
He's going to go at the top.
At the top, okay.
He's going to go at the top.
I hated Rocket. I'm going to use the word hate when I first played this game. For some reason, didn't connect with me, didn't click, didn't enjoy him. But fast forward a few years, and things are very different. So I'd say this is fine. Like, I have put him low before. I kind of get it. Sometimes he can feel a bit fiddly. It feels like you're moving a lot of counters, trying to do a lot of things and work it out to do no more than the average hero sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, in multiplayer, I think he can pop off more with more minions and so on. There is kind of like something there with him, but I really like his puzzle these days. I really like all the tech cards that interact with it.
And the repurpose that comes with that.
I didn't say it this time, let it be known.
You were thinking it.
I was absolutely thinking it several characters ago about Rocket. I find his placement really tricky. I think I'm going to put him at the top of fun for me. Nope, I'm going to put him at the middle of fun for me right now. I think the repurpose deck for him, it's one of my favorite decks in the game. But like the character overall, outside of that, that one deck, he falls down a bit. Yeah. So I feel like this is a good overall placement for him.
It's very generous of you.
Very generous.
To put him so high.
No, I mean, I arguably want to put him up higher. I think when we see the fun tier, this fun tier filled out more, he will be toward the upper half of it.
That's your opinion?
It is my opinion. Tell me your opinion on the greatest hero of them all. It's Star-Lord, Peter Quill. How many encounter cards would you like?
None. You give me such anxiety when you play him. Such anxiety. Oh.
Can you remember a time where I played Star-Lord and we lost?
There was actually a time.
When was that?
I think it was against Ronan.
Okay, outside of Ronan,
But the anxiety, because if we don't win that round, you've then got like all these a million of encounter cards that you need to deal with. And if you go into Under Fire and you do that Surge Train that we absolutely love.
I don't normally go that crazy with him unless we win or we're in like an emergency in the first place. I don't think I normally go that crazy.
You have before, and that's why I've got such deep-rooted trauma.
I think when we did that first ever game, I really tried to like wind you up with it, and I think that might have had a knock-on effect through the years.
Yes, I'm still seeking therapy for him.
But when you play him, where would you put him? Super fun or awesome?
Neither. I'm torn between the bottom two.
If you want some help, he's got to be at like the top of this one.
Yes.
I feel like you've been bullied into that. If he's between these two, you probably don't think he's at the top.
But he is better than the others in that tier.
Well, then he definitely is up there. You locking it in?
Reluctantly, yes.
Okay.
And where do you put him?
So Star-Lord for me used to be my favourite hero for many years, and he was easily at the top. However, I think the last couple of years especially, I don't feel the same appeal, and part of it is I've played like the heck out of him. So I used to play him a lot. And it's been a long time since we had any Guardian support, and he can make all the characters Guardian, but there's only so many times I can boost the allies in different ways with him that I've done a lot that I really enjoy. Allies are my favourite card type in the game overall, but even so, I think he has to slip down to awesome and not quite make it up to the top tier anymore, but I still enjoy him every time I play him.
How much does that hurt?
Moving him down?
Yeah.
That's fine. No problem. It's almost not like he's fallen down, really. It's almost that other characters have been even more awesome, and I get to put them higher up.
Okay, I get that, yeah. That makes sense.
So up next is Gamora, who I have a feeling is probably going to be in the top half of heroes for you.
Oh, 100%. I really like Gamora. Awesome or super fun?
Ooh. I feel like back in the day it would have easily been in the top, but there's a lot of fun characters out now.
There.
Top of awesome?
Yes.
That feels good?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you really like Gamora.
Yeah, she's really unique. I like the little pings that you can do with the threat and the damage. Mm-hmm. I like that she's multi-aspect. And I think she's just a super fun green hero.
Yes. Yeah, the green hero you like as opposed to the bottom of your bottom tiers.
Yes.
I feel like you like really impactful, satisfying heroes. Yeah. And I feel like she's impactful and satisfying from turn one. Like, you just play the events and she goes and things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I really like Gamora as well. I'm going to go ahead and put her, I think, in the fun tier maybe, rather than awesome, because there's so many characters I like. I love the multi-aspect thing, and I do think playing events, especially like she can do rapid-fire events and things, and she can get her sword out much more easily these days. But I don't know if I enjoy her more than like Spider-Man or Rocket, so I think she might fall here for me. This is still a really good placement, like in my opinion, because I love these characters. I feel like there's a gap between Gamora and Iron Man that as we fill out this list, because we're not even halfway yet, you're going to see she's going to be pushed toward the top of fun, and the others, are going to go lower. It's kind of how I'm feeling.
She better be.
Well, she's going to go where I put her. I'll put her down here if you like.
No.
Yeah, no, okay. Now
put her back.
Yeah, there you go. You changed your tune quickly, didn't you? And then we're on to the other green character. We're on to Drax.
Back in the day, I never used to like Drax.
You hated Drax.
I hated Drax. Not because he's green.
If they were big, green, and muscular, that was it for them. That was the end of the story.
Kinda. But then you've built me some really fun Taunt decks.
Taunt and Come Get Me Barb, I think that deck maybe?
Yes.
That deck was insane.
But apart from those decks, how much do I like Drax? Fun but flawed.
Okay. Top or bottom or middle?
There.
In the middle?
Yes.
Yeah?
I think Groot can do more. Drax is stabby stab, take a punch.
Yep, stabby stab, take a punch. If you actually look at the back of his hero card, they're the instructions underneath.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Yeah. So yeah, Drax. I mean, I think Drax is a character that a lot of people that absolutely love him or absolutely hate him. So I think having that kind of like reaction to him initially, I think is understandable. But you build a good deck for him these days, and he is, he was already fun before, I think, but now he's crazier, and that makes him more fun. You can put up some crazy big combos. There's more things which synergize with him as well. Do you remember we played him in the leadership deck sometimes with the Noble Sacrifice deck I made?
Yes.
Noble Sacrifice. Like
Yes.
he can do stuff in other aspects, but his game plan is always the same.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of I feel like his game plan is so fun though. For me, he just flies up to like awesome. I think like the most fun decks for him are incredibly fun for me. So I actually really like those. It helps that we mostly play 2-player as well.
Yes.
Because I think if I was talking about just solo, he would probably fall down a tier, maybe even 2 tiers. I don't know, but I feel like 2 players are a really nice place for him.
Yes.
I'm gonna put him. Honestly, I talk about Repurposed Rocket being one of my favorite decks, but Taunt Drax is actually flown up for me.
That Taunt Come Get Me Bub turn. Remember that turn I had?
I think you had a couple of them.
I think it was like 10 minutes.
You just kept drawing cards, and the enemy just kept losing health.
Yeah. It was just, you were like, am I ever going to get a turn?
Yeah, I left the room, came back, still going. No,
that was a week later.
That's not true, but I'm going to put him overall at the end of awesome, but I do really like this guy. Now, suddenly my awesome list is looking kind of big.
It is.
Last up, we have, for the Galaxy's Most Wanted wave, we have Venom. Where would you like to place Venom, and why?
I'm going to say something that people aren't going to like.
Yeah, people love Venom, by the way. When I did a poll about everyone's favorite character, for Galaxy's Most Wanted, this was like 40% of people loved this. Out of 6 different choices, 40% picked this character.
I'm going to lose you a lot of subscribers.
Okay, well, I've probably not got many left anyway.
No. I feel he's overrated.
Oh, are we going down to fun but flawed?
Yes.
Not, but no lower. Would you rather play, if I offered you a choice of Quicksilver or Venom, who are you going for?
Venom.
You are going, so maybe Venom goes above Quicksilver.
Yes, I think he goes just below Drax.
Okay, you've got a lot of Guardians in this tier. Do you want to talk about it? And Rocket's even lower. Like you've got 5 of the 6 Guardians in your last 2 tiers.
I like Guardians, I swear. I like the movies.
It's my favorite MCU movie.
I know.
Why have you done this?
Because how they've translated to their card form, it hasn't always, for me, worked.
Okay.
And for me, that's not... I haven't read the comics with Venom in, but to me, that's not Venom.
You have read one with Venom in, right? We both read that one.
Oh, yes,
where,
we did, yes.
like the origins of Venom kind of thing. But I was saying...
But
this version is... You know, your saving grace here from me being too upset is that this Venom isn't like the Venom we know. He's not like a Guardian. He's not in the movie. And I'm going to put him even lower than you. I'm going to drop him down here. Oh, no, Wasp. There we go. I'm going to put him right down here.
I think it does help, like, for us to know who the heroes are.
To some degree, yes. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know who Miss Marvel was, and she's always been a high contender for me. But I don't know if I would have given Groot such a chance if he wasn't Groot. But Agent Venom, for me, I think he's pretty bland as well. I don't know if there's one deck he can do that's like has special interaction that any other hero couldn't really match. You know, you have to spend certain resources for his events, but Miles does that, Jubilee does that, and with multi-talented and 3 steps ahead and that kind of thing, you can find that elsewhere. Even Hone Technique's a little bit infringing on pay with this resource type to get this like cool effect. He does have weapons. They don't really feel like weapons since they can both they can all remove like threat or deal damage, and like his little pistols also help with defense. They kind of just do anything. They feel like quite generic. I don't feel like I played this pistol. You know, I've got a pistol here. I feel like now my stats can be whatever I want my stats to be. It just feels like pure mechanics. I don't get the theme from the weapons really through from him like I do with the weapons from Rocket, like I do with War Machine. Even Cable's like plasma rifle, you know, spend that energy and get that damage. It just somehow feels more. Even like Domino with her pistols, which are very different. But somehow the act of like discarding makes me feel more like I've shot a weapon than I exhaust it and now my any stat has changed. Firepower has made me like Venom more, but since like his own weapons, when they're exhausted, you lose out on like potentially a damage or a threat removal. Has like a hidden cost, and I actually think a lot of characters do firepower more interestingly than him, but I do like it. I do have fun when I play Venom. He just doesn't appeal to me, you know. He's like, if he disappeared from my collection, I might not notice for like a year or 2.
I never remember who he is.
We do play him more regularly. I try and play all the heroes very regularly for like the content, but since I'm like dialing that back a bit, Venom for me, I think, is not going to get played very often.
No, and he's also we never we never liked him as much as some of the other heroes, but it's now the fact that he's been damaged by the steady and stalwart villains that has
too.
also brought him down quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a power than like fun thing necessarily. But if your cards don't like work fully,
It's quite frustrating.
Yeah, it's not like the most fun thing in the world. Yeah, he's just gonna end up there for me. Okay, that concludes the Galaxy's Most Wanted. It ended on a bit of a lower note, but I want everyone to know that aside from like Venom and Groot, I put the Guardians up higher. Okay, we do have some more Guardians coming up though. We're at Mad Titan's Shadow now. Where's Spectrum going to go? What do you? I actually don't know if I know what you think about Spectrum overall.
I'm very neutral on Spectrum.
Okay, I mean, I've heard worse. I've heard what you said about the Guardians.
I don't have a love or a hate relationship with Spectrum.
Okay.
Fun.
I'm getting like lower fun.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess if she doesn't grab you, there might not be a lot to say here. But is there anything you like or dislike that comes to mind?
The form changes. Getting stuck in one.
I feel like you're someone who likes a lot of control over your character.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I can see why that maybe doesn't appeal to you as much.
No, and when she gets her obligation, she's stuck.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, so it's just getting stuck in the form kind of lowers her down and stops her going up.
Yes.
Okay. For me, and I think that's totally fair. A lot of people will have Spectrum, like, when I see polls online, she's really low down. But that, to me, is crazy talk, because I love Spectrum. If you just enter 10 Ultra Ego, you can flip down into any form. I think there are different ways to make her form changing smoother. If you recur her signature ally in like leadership, he lets you change form. Card draw lets you change form. And my favorite build for Spectrum lately is the pool deck. Do you remember the that one? And I played that a lot. And do you remember me ever being stuck in form with that, or like?
No. I
really like mulligan to just can't find what form I want in these cards. Just get a new hand of cards. But also, there's usually somewhere useful you can put the what you're doing, as long as you're not stuck in a protection form.
Yeah.
And healing factor in pool is really good for that.
It's very good.
But I do like her elsewhere. And for me, I still think I might put her in the same tier, which is a funny thing. But I really like once you hit this tier, I really like these characters, especially when you get above Iron Man. I do really like Iron Man, but like I really, really like the characters above Iron Man, I guess. For me, she's here at a minimum. Do I prefer her to Gamora is a really tough question, because in many ways, they're similar but different. They're both very event heavy, but one is form changing, one is like big stats, and the other one is like multi-aspect. It's so different. But I think overall, maybe I do prefer Gamora. I'm going to leave Spectrum here, but I want you to know this is like, for me, a strong endorsement of Spectrum. I really like her. Let's move on to Adam Warlock. This is such a weird character. I'm curious where you're going to put him.
Again, he's one that you like more than me.
Imagine if I placed him like lower than you, though.
Fun but flawed.
I think that's probably where I would have guessed you would put him. Whereabouts and why?
Down one.
Down one?
No. Where? There.
That?
Yes.
Another Guardian enters the fun but flawed tier. This is a targeted attack on all Guardians out there. If there's any Guardians watching, I apologize. What is flawed about him to you?
He can only take one of any card.
So it's almost like an inconsistency kind of thing. So in some ways, it's a bit like Spectrum. You're stuck in the wrong form. You just don't feel like you're getting what you need, maybe.
And once that card's gone, you've got a whole nother deck cycle for you.
He can use Quantum Magic to grab a card from his discard pile, but it's kind of an extra cost to doing so.
Yes, but sometimes you've got that in your hand and you want to play something else.
Yes, that happens a lot to us.
Yes. But I do like his Battle Mage ability.
That is really fun.
That is really fun.
I think that's a fair placement. I think a lot of people don't get on with Adam Warlock. I do, but he's not as high as he used to be for me, purely because there's so many new good characters. And I think the novelty of multi-aspect, I still love multi-aspect, by the way, but I think now that the card pool is so big, there's so many interesting things to do within one aspect.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we built decks, you'd put in like certain cards that worked for what you were trying to do in the hero, and then you just have to take like the best of the worst to fill out a deck. And multi-aspect characters never had to do that. But these days, every character has got too many good cards they could put in a deck, which I think it levels the field a bit. But I still like Adam a lot. I'm going to put him there. I think that's a good placement. Then we're on to Nebula. This is the Guardian's last chance, and I know there's a huge Nebula fan inside of you. You like Gamora, but Nebula is clearly the favourite sister.
She's not the favourite sister.
Oh, no.
But she's not going to the Guardians tier list.
Okay, where's she going?
She's going in fun.
In fun. Okay, so that's a pretty neutral placement, pretty good placement. Tell me why she's fun, and tell me how fun she is in this tier list, in this tier.
The techniques are really fun.
Yep.
But they also can miss if the right condition is not met.
Mm-hmm.
It's also making sure you can flip down and do the bits that you need to do, and making sure that the timing's right for your technique to trigger. But I do think she's really fun.
Okay.
And I think she's probably just under Iron Man.
Ooh, higher up than I expected. I'm excited by that.
Yes.
Okay. I would need you to tell me how, the lack of control over like Spectrum's form, or when her techniques, get the right one going off at the right time. How is that different to Scarlet Witch's Hexbolt being the right kind of like result from that? Because you discard and it's kind of random.
I'm not answering that question.
But I get why people put Nebula lower. Totally makes sense to me. However, I'm quite a fan of Nebula. So we're going to definitely go up far past your Guardians tier. We might need to rename that. I don't know if she makes it too awesome or fun for me. It's curious that I don't have anything in super fun yet. Maybe I will move Star-Lord or Spider-Woman up at some point. But I think there's good stuff coming up, like really good stuff. But Nebula to me, preferred to Cap, preferred to Adam. I think once I get to sort of the middle here, it starts to feel kind of blurry to me whether I prefer these characters or whether I prefer Nebula. So I am gonna put her. I think apparently this is my Guardians tier now, and I'm gonna put her actually above Gamora here. I love the techniques detonating. I love using lethal intent on someone else's turn and gaming, like playing that around to get like the perfect result. And I think the passive effects from her techniques are underrated. And having those in play and getting to use those for a turn or two is kind of a little fun extra thing. And she's a lot of card draw. Captain Marvel has a lot of card draw, but Nebula has a much stronger identity and like unique game plan, if that makes sense. So,
and she matches her villain.
She matches her villain really well. When Civil War arrives, Captain Marvel might, mirror hers quite well as well. So, a leader, not villain. Wink, wink. So we'll see. So that's Nebula done, and on to War Machine.
Not for me.
Oh, snap. Straight away. Are we going to get a character below Hawkeye or She-Hulk?
There.
Yeah, okay. Okay, this is painful. Tell me what War Machine has done wrong. Is it a little bit awkward getting like the counters at the right time?
And it's the counters and managing them.
I feel like there's a lot we can do with War Machine, but I don't think you were wrong for putting him here. He is quite awkward. This is a character that's kind of designed to go alter ego without being given any of the tools necessary to go alter ego. And for some reason, his cards require ammo, but aren't more powerful than cards that don't require ammo. So having to like manage a resource to get the same result as other characters. So I kind of see it, but I'm going to flip to mine, and I really like War Machine because ammo is fun, shooting stuff is fun. Wait, that sounds bad. But he is just satisfying. I feel like most of his cards are really satisfying to use. I love shoulder cannon and different combos with it. For me, War Machine these days, with a good partner and 2-player, which is my most common player count, I think in like 2 to 4 player, he's up here for me. I think in solo play, he's like down here for me. So I think ultimately, maybe the end of fun is a good compromise. So I'm going to keep him in this tier. Cool. Let's move on to Valkyrie. Some would say, and I'm talking about D20, that she's the GOAT.
She looks like one.
That's rude. I don't think she does.
Her Nemesis set and like just some clunky things make her a bit unplayable.
Okay.
But the last time we played her, we had fun.
We played her a couple of times. We actually did a team up with her and Hulk, and I think she was in Justice. And then we fought Enchantress with Thor and Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I think she was Justice again now. We're using Infiltration. I think we both enjoyed her. Or did I play her both times? I can't remember.
Both times.
Yeah. But she looked pretty fun, right?
Fun but flawed.
She looked a little super.
Fun but flawed.
Oh, so you prefer playing Valkyrie to Rocket, would you say, these days?
There, yes.
Okay, so at the end...
Yes.
Okay. I do think she's satisfying. Like, attack, ready up, she can get her weapon more easily now. I kind of feel like I've led this a little bit. Are you happy with her being here?
I am happy with her being there, yes.
Nice. So this is character development for Valkyrie and for you, because
it is.
I thought you were going to put her, like, here.
No, that's what you're going to put her.
No, it isn't. I actually was going to put her probably in this tier as well. And I think if push came to shove these days, solo play probably would be in the bottom tier, but the other player counts moves up, and I think it moves up a good way. I think she's going to end up here in Fun But Flawed for me. Just think she's a lot more fun these days, a lot more things to interact with her, a lot more minion summoning outside of aggression, which is nice. So there's more variety with her as well. So yeah, just satisfying character.
Yes.
And that leaves us with one character from the Mad Titans Shadow Wave, and that is going to be Vision. Do you have a vision of where you're going to place him?
Fun.
In Fun, okay. Whereabouts in Fun, and tell me why.
Ooh. Above Ant-Man, below Nebula.
Okay. So we've got 3 of the 6 characters in the Fun tier from this wave, which I think is very reasonable.
I like that he cannot take any damage.
If he's intangible, he takes less, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yes. That's quite fun to me. Some of his cards are really unique, but then they are a bit of a pain when you need to be in the right form.
Yes.
It's a pain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as much of a form-changing player as you.
Yeah.
Just give me the basic and I'm good.
Okay. So I feel like forms is putting you off characters, and looking at your like awesome list, I don't think there's a single form changer, like except Ultra Ego maybe, like Miss Marvel sign. But generally the form changes are starting to make it up to awesome for you.
I think there'll be at least one form changer that will be very high.
I think I can guess who it is, but we'll save that for when we get there. Okay. I think that's reasonable. Vision for me is a character who, when he was first announced, I was really excited for. When he was released, I thought he was unbelievably bland and I didn't like him. But nowadays, he's kind of like, honestly, across the last 3 years maybe, he's been on an upward trajectory for me.
Mm.
I think when player side schemes hit, that changed him completely because his threat removal is so good for me. You can do a lot with that. I've loved him sidekick. He's maybe my favorite sidekick character. Yeah. Well, X-23, of course, naturally, is maybe up there. But he's right near the top of that kind of deck, which I really enjoy. And in general, I just think there's been more interesting ways to play with him and how he can, there's 2 ways to play Vision. Kind of 3 ways, I guess. The first way is, you got Ultra Ego a lot and you play Vivian a lot.
Yes.
The second way is you stay in intangible form and you kind of gather up the minions and do weird shenanigans with that. Yes. I know Boom Guy really likes that. And the third way, I guess, doesn't really do either of those things. You don't keep flipping for Vivian, but you're not trying to gather up minions. And honestly, if you do that, his normal cards are just good. They're flexible. Yep. They're not quite as resource to output as efficient as say Spider-Man, but they're more flexible. And he can, he's always got an answer to any problem, it feels like. And I think that's valuable. And again, if you go for sidekick, you have Vivian, but you don't have to keep playing her, which is kind of a little fun mix. But there's definitely different things you can do with him. And I might be knocking my fun tier into 2 rows here. But the question is, how fun do I find Vision? Vision, for me, I'm not neutral on. My fun, everyone in this fun tier, except, you know what? I gotta put, hang on, War Machine goes above Cap. There we go. Everyone War Machine up, I just really like and really have a lot of fun playing. Cap, I do have fun playing, but it just doesn't grab me the same way. Just below Iron Man, I think, is where Vision goes. I just really like him, but not quite enough to boost him any higher.
That sounds fair.
So that brings us to the end of the Mad Titans Shadow Wave, and on to Sinister Motives. What do we think about Ghost Spider?
Ooh, when she first came out, I loved her. But now, it's quite tricky because she needs those interrupts and those responses, and she basically just has her turn on the villain turn.
You don't like starting your turn in the hero phase, without any cards?
No.
You really don't like that? You're like, it's my turn, I have nothing to do.
Great.
Well, normally she would do one thing on the villain phase, but definitely can sometimes be less in the hero phase, particularly if the interrupt you found in the villain phase is a 2-cost card or something.
When she works, she really works.
Yeah. For me, it's that, she's quite disruptible, and if we play against harder villains with harder mod sets, things go wrong more, and that really interrupts her game plan. So that's kind of brought her down from me, where I would otherwise have her.
She's above Star-Lord on that tier.
Ooh, fun but flawed. I am kind of a similar mindset. I just, like I kind of said, she's so easily disruptible. There are several different things that can kind of disrupt what she's trying to do. And I think once she's set up with both of her bracelets, she absolutely sings. But before that, and if you get exhausted in the villain phase, it can really mess up your whole turn. Like, the more you build into her ability, the more susceptible she is.
Yes.
And that kind of makes me a bit sad. And her obligation messing up, George Stacy, getting rid of him, I feel like that's so, like, anti-fun. Like, it completely, takes away an essential part of her kit. So I actually don't like that. So for me, in a good game, she's, like, up here. But yeah, like, on average, I'm thinking, for me, somewhere... Maybe I'm going to put her the same place, the top of Fun But Flawed. I think that's a good place for her. Not a copycat.
No,
Not a
I'll let
copycat.
you have this one.
Cool. Well, what about Miles, and why can I copy this one?
Miles is so fun.
You like Miles, don't you? You played him, like... Was it the last game we played? You played Miles? No, the second last game we played.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel that even though he is in some way impacted by the steady stalwart villains, the last game we played with him, it was against a steady villain. It didn't feel like he was halted much, or really, if at all.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, he's at the very top of awesome.
Whoa, I didn't think it'd be that high. Miles, I think he's got so many status cards, you can kind of just power through steady. And, if the status cards are hanging around, Arachnobatics can hit. But also he gets Tufts, so against steady and stalwart, he has a way to get a status card and use it that a lot of characters just don't anyway. So I think that's kind of fun. So I can kind of see that, like, even against his worst matchups, he's still got some kind of options.
Yes.
And yeah, I think you enjoy him.
I do. He's really fun.
Yeah, I like Miles. When I saw Ghost Spider and Miles like previewed, and then when I got to play them, going into it, I was really expecting to like Ghost Spider a ton more, but I just ended up having more fun on Miles. So even at the time, I preferred Miles to Ghost Spider. I think both of them have moved down for me. Question is how far. I think they might both be in this tier for me. Fun but flawed. And I just kind of feel like he's very much like Venom in a way. Like, yeah, I can spend a resource to try and get an extra bonus kind of thing, but if you don't get the bonus, it just kind of feels like you're missing out. And if you do get the bonus, I think he's in some ways a little bit generic, but not the same. Like, I just feel like the kind of place damage in different places, triggering his special with like his web shot, and then like Arachnobatics, like he feels very aggressive, but I can get a lot of damage done in a fun way. And he's a good like place for the web warriors. On top of that, but his cards are satisfying and impactful. I think he's very much like Captain America for me. I'm going to put him here for now.
Okay.
I feel like this is a good placement for him. I feel comfortable with this.
Yes.
Next up is Nova. Now, originally you didn't like Nova very much, but I've tried to convince you. I've been like, he's really fun, try this deck. Like, he's fun, try this deck. And I feel like every time you played him, like the last year or so, you have said you've really enjoyed it afterwards. So
I have. I do enjoy Nova.
I am trying to influence where you place him, just so you know. Where's he going to go? Don't say the Guardians tier.
No, I think he's going to go with fun.
Nice. Okay. Whereabouts in
the top.
fun? The top. I like to hear that. What is fun about Nova?
Unleashing the Nova Force.
Unleashing the Nova Force. Like that big card, like you can do all those combos and keep drawing cards and readying up. That is fun.
And the helmet readying, and the cards all working around his helmet. I think when he works, he works. He can pull off a lot, and we now have a thing where if a turn's taking too long, it's either a Nebula turn or it's a Nova turn.
Those are characters that traditionally had quite long turns when we play, so it's like, having a Nova turn. And that has become, I think we've had Domino turns, maybe Magic turns. There's a few characters which had longer turns. And yeah, he fits into that. He has a lot of money.
Yes.
I love Nova. I like, in some ways, he's not exactly like Captain Marvel for me, but like you can build any kind of deck for him, I feel like. There are some exceptions, but he has a lot of deck versatility. What he has, I feel like, is almost like a foundation for you to build on top of. But he has a lot more unique and interesting stuff going on, particularly Unleash Nova Force. His interaction with like readying cards is really fun. Because you ready him, you get to kind of ready the helmet after you use him. I used to have him like top 5. I think he's moved down for me. He's still probably in this tier. I'm gonna put him at the bottom of awesome tier for now. But it's still a big endorsement. I really like him. He's just dynamic. You can do a lot with him. Well, then we're on to Ironheart. Ironheart, is she going to end up down here?
Absolutely not.
Where are you going to put Ironheart?
Where do you think she's going?
I think you're going to put her in your top tier.
She's in my top tier. I love Ironheart.
Whereabouts? How much do you love her? Do you love her more than Scarlet Witch? I have no idea what you're going to say to this, and I don't think you know either by the looks
I
of things.
don't. It depends on the season.
Right now, while you're making this video, if I said, let's go and play Marvel Champions afterwards, I've got this really fun Scarlet Witch deck, or this really fun Ironheart deck.
Scarlet Witch.
Okay, so Ironheart, second place or third place?
Second.
Second place, so okay.
This is a form changer that I love.
Well, she's not really a form changer, she's a change her hero card.
Yes. I love how she gets the counters. I love that you can upgrade the suit. I love that her stats increase. And then I love at the end, you can just obliterate a villain in one turn.
Yeah, that is satisfying. You do enjoy that. And
I love that.
I think a lot of her cards are very satisfying and they get stronger throughout the game.
Yes.
Maybe we should introduce Ironheart turns, because some of our Ironheart turns have been crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I feel that's all respectable. I think that's all good. I think Ironheart just generally has very satisfying cards, is what I would say. In my head, I'm always like, Ironheart doesn't appeal to me very much, but then when I play her, or when I see her played, I'm like, wow, this is really fun. So, in my heart, I actually put her quite low, and this is just because she's kind of got one game plan, and I feel like, whereas Drax kind of has one game plan, but it's very interactive with aspect cards and things, I feel like hers is not so much, but her plan is just really, really fun. So she has to immediately move up to at least fun for me. I think I prefer her to Captain America. I think with Miles, it starts to get blurry, but I could see myself like putting her up here, and I wouldn't feel crazy about it. So I'm gonna drop her. Oh, do I prefer her to Iron Man or not? This is a great question. I like both of these characters. I'm gonna put her just below Iron Man, I think is where I settled on that. I still like her. If someone handed me an Ironheart deck, I'd always be happy. Okay, what about Spider-Ham? A lot of people don't like Spider-Ham. He's too silly. Can't have this silliness in our comic book card game. Does he end up down in this tier?
Absolutely not.
Okay, tell the people what you think about Spider-Ham.
I love Spider-Ham.
Yeah, and you do all the actions on his card.
I do.
I don't, but you love it.
I love Spider-Ham. He's so fun. His cards are great, but he does struggle sometimes.
Does he?
Yes. Well,
I feel like the last time we played him was against Ronan, and I feel like you said it was very silly how he made. It felt like a normal villain.
Yes, it is. He's super fun. I love him. I love the counters. But I feel like some of his cards can't handle some of the things on the table.
Ooh.
Like, I love his threat removal card.
Yeah.
But when you have like minions on the table, sometimes he can find them a bit tricky.
I would say that is his weakness. He's got that hammer, but it's not like a perfect solution, especially like mid or high HP ones. And then his own card, it's fine, but you kind of miss out on the confuse if you hit the minion.
Yeah.
But like he's got enough money to afford that. But yeah, I kind of get that. Like if he has a weakness, it's hitting the minions. And as I first noticed, like when you played Gamora, that's probably one of the heroes you played earliest on.
Yeah.
I've always kind of known you like the characters that can make a big impact and hit stuff.
Yes.
So what does that leave Spider-Ham for you?
I'm still going to put him in super fun.
Okay, so he still goes to the top, but he's not competing with Ironheart and Scarlet Witch.
No.
Doctor or Pig?
Pig.
Pig. Pig before doctors.
Yes.
That's a statement.
Yes. I still think he's really fun. I love the little actions.
Yeah.
I am a child at heart.
Where do you think I put Spider-Ham on this list?
Probably one of the other ends, down the bottom.
You think I don't like him?
When he's out on the table, it's usually me playing him.
You play him all the time that we play him. Like if he's being played, it's you. However, I actually think he's really fun. I really like him. I think like the whole thing about trying to take damage to get money, but like not take too much damage, it's like a really fun little game plan. I feel like all his cards are fun. He's a web warrior. All the web warrior cards are fun, and he kind of amplifies that, or doing his own kind of toon counter thing. So I think he goes in the fun tier for me, but I do think he's really fun. I might put him just above Iron Man, below Spectrum, somewhere like Nebula through to like honestly Miles. Like it's kind of like one category for me. I feel like they could all kind of go in any order, but I feel like this is a good placement.
Yeah, I think that I'm happy with that.
You didn't think I put him there?
No, I didn't, because you never play him.
Because you always play him. Cool. Well, we're on to the final web warrior. At least for a while. There is one more in the future, actually, that we now have. So up next we have Penny Parker, SPDR. I think it's meant to be called Spider. We always call her Special Doctor.
Ah, Special
We always
Doctor,
call her Special
yes.
Doctor. And where are you going to place her? She's a very unusual kind of character.
Awesome.
Ooh. I feel like when we first played her, you weren't as into her, and I think
No.
she's grown on you.
I think watching you play her a few games has taught me how to play her.
She's particularly unusual, I would say.
Yes.
Probably the most unusual character in the game.
I would say she's just under Spider-Woman.
Ooh, nice. I'm impressed by that.
Yes. I think she's quite fun. Like, I like being able to like ready things up and do more shenanigans and exhaust interfaces to do other bits and pieces. I think that's really fun.
Yeah. SPDR for me, Spider, Penny. We'll just call her Penny.
Special Doctor.
Penny is a character that when she first came out, I found a bit formulaic. And sometimes I still think her turns can be a little bit like that. Once you got like a grasp of her, you've got so many things on the board to activate, but certain patterns are more valuable than others. But as a card pool has expanded, you can make some really interesting decks. And sometimes there's more nuance in her decisions than like you first meets the eye. And she's kind of like Rocket for me in a way that when I didn't, really click with her to begin with, you find one deck where you click with her, and then all the decks start to click. For Rocket with me, that was Repurpose. When Repurpose was printed, tried it with him, suddenly not only did I love Repurpose, but I liked Rocket, and Rocket's other decks kind of just all felt better to me. Just just a feeling. And Penny, once the pool aspects dropped, and we gave her laser swords, lightsabers.
Yes.
The Penny pool lightsaber kind of builds you can do. Those really elevated her for me, and I just started to play her again in other aspects more often. And yeah, I really quite liked her. So we're on your tier list, but let's swap to mine. That was almost a disaster.
Yes, don't move.
I still haven't got anyone in super fun, but I think when we hit the mutants, you guys are going to see some stuff. Yes. Spoiler alert. But I do like her. I don't know if I put her in awesome. I think I put her in fun, but quite a way. I feel like I'm putting a lot of characters here right now, but it's where I feel. I can tell you the mutants I'm going to have a lot more stronger feelings on. But I like her. I think I'm going to put her at the top of, toward the top of fun. Top 3 here for now.
Ooh.
So quite high, but not maybe as high as you, but I still really like her. Yeah, I think you guys can now see that, it's Spider-Man and She-Hulk end up being really high up. And, some of the other characters like Cap, who I put up high early, there's now quite a big gap between them.
Yes.
So I wasn't just putting them all in the same place.
No, no.
And Iron Man is kind of like, I guess, middle-ish.
Yeah.
In this tier. And that concludes the Sinister Motives wave. How do you feel about this so far? Let's go to yours. How do you feel about yours right now? Are there any surprises here, or did you, is this all expected?
No, there are a lot of surprises. I didn't think Valkyrie would be so high.
Me neither.
No. Some of them have really kind of opened my eyes a bit to how I really feel about them.
That's good.
In a good way and a bad way.
Is there any character you kind of wish you liked more, or that you thought you liked more?
Kind of like the whole of the fun but flawed list. I thought I liked more.
I mean, it's fun, but flawed. So it's still fun. What about the bottom tier for me? Did any of these surprise you for me?
I didn't think you disliked Captain Marvel that much. Or Black Widow.
It's interesting because I don't see this tier as me disliking them. For most of them, for especially like Black Widow through to Captain Marvel, it's just a lack of appeal. It's, you said you're indifferent to some of them. For me, I'm just almost completely indifferent to them, if that makes sense. Okay, we are back after a 24-hour break, ready to finish off the tier list, and I'm very curious about this because we have reached the X-Men, we have reached Mutant Genesis Wave 6, I believe, and where are we going to put the Tin Man? Tell the people why you love him.
I don't love him.
What?
I don't. I have a bit of a bad relationship with Colossus.
You have some trauma from his pre-con and the, when we did the Mutant Genesis campaign, we started on Expert, we came up against Magneto, and Colossus's pre-con was definitely not up to the task. And that's kind of the last time, because you insisted on trying the pre-cons, and that was the last time we ever did that.
Yeah.
I feel like when you've played him since, you have enjoyed him more, but you've always been very scared.
Yeah, I have, and I never know how to manage those tough cards. He's just not a character that gels with me, and I have just some deep-rooted trauma.
I'm going to make a guess that you're going to put him down here somewhere. Like, is Colossus a character for you? Do you consider him fun but flawed, or is he like someone you try and avoid?
I always rely on your help when playing him, so I think he's not for me.
This makes me sad, but I understand. He's a weird kind of hero. I actually,
Yeah, there.
spoilers, I really like him. I'm going to rank him higher. But, he's a strange one. He's got these tufts, but half of his cards don't work if you run out of them, which is kind of a weird kind of thing to manage. And I quite often like to put us against somewhat harder villains with harder mod sets,
Yes, you do.
which Colossus doesn't like. The more extra things happening, the more likely it is it's extra damage, and his tufts go away. So whereabouts would you say here?
He's going to go at the top end.
Oh, so above Rocket.
Above Rocket.
Wow. You sure? You 100%. This surprises me. There's nothing wrong with it. I didn't know you felt this way about Rocket. All these times I'm giving her like a Rocket deck, and she's like, "Oh God, not again." It's funny. No, I understand that. I think some people will resonate with this, and some people will like absolutely like hate it and like consider him like really high. I don't think anyone has Colossus around like the middle of their list. He's
Is this you telling me not to look at the comments when this comes out?
You know what? On the internet, it's always smart not to look at the comments. I'm going to drag Colossus up, and for me, he's easily in the top half of the fun. Like, for me, he might be an awesome. He's probably not in super fun for me. I feel like for me, one of the things that brings him down slightly is he always has the same game plan, and you can tweak it about a bit, but he's always, wants to get the tufts, wants to combo off them with his cards, and, I think that's just going to nudge him down a little bit. Maybe it's like between the Daughters of Thanos right there.
Ooh, rose between two thorns.
Something like that. And then we're back to you for Shadowcat. And where is this feline? Where are you feeling this feline should go? It was a small pun.
She. Ooh. Above Nova.
Above Nova, so not just the top half of fun, the very top of fun.
Yeah.
What's fun about Shadowcat?
She has some pretty cool cards. Shadowcat Surprise is a great one.
Fun.
We like Lockheed. She's also another form flipper, but she's one that I can kind of get with a bit.
You kind of know you want to end in a defensive form, and you can still play like attack or forwarding or defense cards in any of the forms potentially. Like it doesn't kind of lock you down. You just have a desirable kind of one to end in, which is
it's one that I can get behind, and I find it a bit easier to manage.
Cool. I think people will be very curious to hear like Lockheed is one of the characters like cards of hers that resonate with you. There's nothing wrong with that. I think he's a very flexible card. I think he's very useful.
Yeah, I think he's quite fun.
And he's a little dragon.
He's cheap. He does stuff when he comes in. He can do something, and then he's a blocker.
That's right.
Throw him under the bus.
Well, okay. Now the little dragon is getting hurt. But no, I think that's a good placement. I used to put Shadowcat really high for me. I almost said Shadowheart. Shoutouts if you know. I used to put her really high for me. I still really like her, but so many form flippers, and I kind of ended up feeling like having to like try and get back to the same form every turn. It's like it got a bit like samey in some weird way. I'm thinking maybe next to Colossus. Both from the same expansion. Here for different reasons, but I actually think this is a good place for her.
Couple reunited.
Yeah, the couple reunited. Shadow and Steel.
Yes.
Right, well, over to you then. We're on to Cyclops, leader of the X-Men.
Now, you like him more than me.
Okay, I'm not sure I even knew that, because I've seen you go to play Cyclops a lot. Like, whenever you play solo, I feel like you just gravitate towards Cyclops. I've seen you play him, like, solo multiple times, and I don't see you play solo, like, that often.
I just go through the decks you send me, and sometimes there's just a lot of Cyclops decks.
Oh, maybe, it was a phase.
Still a phase. Okay,
so you played him quite a bit when I've sent you decks, and you feel like I'm getting the impression you're not going to score him super highly. Where's he going and why?
He's going to go in the awesome tier.
Okay, you really set that up for like, oh, you like him more than me.
Well, you do.
This is a high tier. This is a powerful statement.
He's going to go in the middle.
Kind of like here?
He went up. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Boom. What do you like about him?
I like that he can take X-Men from any aspect.
Yep.
I like that you go in playing him knowing what you're going to do.
Yes.
But at the same time, he is a bit samey.
Bit samey?
Because his game plan is the same every time.
What's his game plan?
Spam allies. And play tactics.
You've seen my Master Blaster deck, which is more about trying to get like the multi-damage hits out and stuff.
Well, yes.
I've also got a deck that's a shield deck for him, kind of mix it up. You can do different things. You can get more into tactics.
You're really trying to show me up, aren't you?
No, I'm trying to persuade you to put Cyclops higher. But actually, I think this is a really quite a good like high placement. I just like Cyclops.
I know you do.
No, I think this is great. Don't let me influence where you put anything except
He's
Star
not.
Lord.
He's not a bad character. I really
He's a
enjoy
hero.
him. He's not a bad hero, but I do really enjoy him. I just find that his ally game plan can be a bit samey. Maybe it's a bit different now because you've got a lot more X-Men in the pool.
I built us a Cyclops deck that we didn't end up playing at the last meetup. I wonder if maybe you should play that one because it's very different.
I'll give it a try.
It's kind of like a mastermind. He's got a lot of alter ego stuff going on. He's kind of like directing stuff more than allies.
We'll give it a go.
Cool. Well, I think that's a totally fair placement, though. And I'm probably going to copy you and place him similarly. I really like him, though. I don't find him samey. I think you can do stuff with allies, you can do stuff with tactics, you can do stuff with like his blasting, and you can combine it in different ways. And of all the X-Men ally cards there are, because there are a lot of like allies, but also like things like mutant protectors and different things like that. You can do all these different things in like the aspects with allies, like in a kind of interesting ways that I quite enjoy. So I think I do put him in awesome, and I'm going to. He's going up. He's going up. I really do like Cyclops, and he stood the test of time really well. We're about to get the card Air Cover, I think it's called, from Civil War, and that card is going to be something else for Cyclops, but it's going to really help him push that tactics attachment kind of playstyle even further. I think he's going to go here right now. I really do like him. Maybe I'd like Ant-Man. I'm going to put him here. No, I am going to put him here. It feels like it's almost a draw between them, but I think this is good. I'm going to make an executive decision. I think with like less tiers than I'm used to when I've done previous rankings, I think Star-Lord and Spider-Woman deserve to go up for me. Like just with the amount of heroes we've been through. What do you think about that?
That's a twist.
Yeah, a little. I reserved my right to make some adjustments, and this is same kind of position, like numerically so far, but just up.
Okay, I am okay with Spider-Woman being there.
So, of all the characters that I have like playmats for, I have Spider-Woman. I have like a Guardians one for Star-Lord. So I feel like my playmat kind of my playmats justify putting them here.
Yep. And my playmats are on your awesome list.
Yeah, they are actually. Black Panther and Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
Right, we are back to you with Cyclops' other half. It's going to be Phoenix, Jean Grey. Something we do when we play Jean Grey is when she unleashes, I always like make you like kind of enact it or something.
You do,
because
you do.
It amuses me greatly.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Never do. It's like Spider-Ham's cards.
Oh, yes.
Where is she for you? Because I feel like I'm going to say what I feel for you. I feel like you want to like her more than you do like her.
Agreed. Yep.
Okay.
I feel she's so much potential.
Yep.
But you have to unleash to get all that potential.
Yes.
And then you lose a lot of stuff when you unleash.
You don't really lose much when you unleash, but Phoenix will come for you, and you lose your free forwarding stat, which is quite a lot.
Yeah, and I feel like she doesn't have. Basically, her game plan is unleashed.
Kind of, yeah.
And when you're not unleashed, her cards don't have the best impact.
Regular listeners will know that I do not like her cards when she's not unleashed.
Yeah.
So where is that going to place her for you? Is she flawed, or is she fun, but just not fun enough to move up, or is she?
She's flawed.
Okay.
She's the top, very top of flawed.
Very top of flawed.
Yes.
I think that's quite fair.
Yes.
I feel like my feelings are like somewhat similar.
Yes. I think out of all those on the flawed list, she'd be the one I would go to first.
Gotcha. Okay. I think that checks out from, what I know of playing with you. I am going to place her now. I think she has so many interesting decks and things she can do. But man, if I end up with like 5 Phoenix cards, or like 3 and a resource, and I'm not unleashed, it feels so bad. I actually build her with like 42, 43, 45 card decks these days. You can attest to that.
Yes.
Just to try and dilute her own cards a little bit.
I mean, you can agree to this. Whenever I get a hand of cards and it's just her hand, I always feel like I'm having a bad turn.
Yeah.
I'm always like, great, it's not going to be a good turn for me.
I mean, she does have Power of the Mind now. You can do a lot more of her cards than you could, but they still don't feel good. I'm going to make a decision here. I'm going to move Cap down because my fun tier is getting like twice as big as any other tier. So I feel like I need to push some of these characters about. But
Ooh, they're gonna come for you.
it's fine. I still like Cap. He just doesn't like have enough to like, not enough unique to truly grip me. But I still like him. If anyone likes him, there's no problem with that.
I get it.
The only person whose tastes I judge harshly are yours.
And mine, yours. Me, yours.
I am going to copy you and put her right at the top of Fun But Flawed. And I think I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Is that about where you think I'd put her?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not surprised.
Cool. Okay. We're over to Wolverine. He's the best he is at what he does.
Yes.
But what he does
isn't very nice.
Is go to the top tier?
No.
The second tier?
No.
The third tier?
Yes.
Okay. Where does Mr. Bub himself end up? And why? What do you like about Wolverine?
It's the same thing that I like and don't like about him. His health is a resource.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
For me, I don't mind doing it, but then I get quite anxious doing it, especially when I get to the lower end of his health.
Yeah, so Villainette, what you guys don't know here is that she doesn't like to take damage. For me, health is a resource. For her, health is something precious to be kept and not go down.
Life is sacred.
I mean, if you play Wolverine, I don't think he feels that way.
Well, no. I'm going to say he's just under Shadowcat.
Which is quite high up the fun.
Yeah, she also be saying Shadowheart.
Yeah, it's easy, isn't it? So you kind of like that he takes damage, but you don't like it.
Yeah, I think it's a fun little thing for him. He was at the beginning of the turn, and his cards are just a bit more fun if you use the resource.
Gotcha.
Way.
I like I said earlier, I feel like you like impactful heroes, and he's always impactful with what he does as well.
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna place Wolverine now. And when Wolverine came out, he was I don't know, somewhere at the top of Not For Me or somewhere in Fun But Flawed. I liked him, but he's a guy who attacks. Didn't really motivate me. But we've had some new attacks out. There's some new little things that kind of play with health as well. And I think that's moved him up for me. Now, how high has that moved him up for me? I'm not sure. I think on a good day he could be quite high. The problem with the fun tier for me is I really like all these characters, so it's really hard to justify putting him above any of them. But I feel like I shouldn't just put him here, but I'm totally going to. I'm going to put him below War Machine.
Hello, War Machine. How the mighty have fallen.
I mean, War Machine is kind of more interesting in how he does stuff. It's kind of how I feel cool. So that's Wolvie. And now we're on to, I think, a character you particularly like in and out of the game. It's going to be Storm. How high up is Storm going? To what heights is she flying?
I'm going to put her at the very top of Awesome.
Okay. I'm going to make a guess. The reason you didn't put her in super fun at the very kind of top tier is you have some kind of nervousness about what weather to go to.
Yeah.
Okay. But you like her otherwise.
Oh yeah, I love her otherwise.
Do you like the weathers outside of worrying about which one to end in, or is what about her is fun?
I think the weather aspect is really unique.
Yes.
It was also a bit like Spectrum's forms, but these ones are a bit more fun.
She can choose when to change.
Yes.
But she has to end in one.
Yeah.
And she might not end. The one that is best for you during the turn might not be the one that's best for you during the villain phase, or perhaps more notably, the next player's turn.
Exactly. So she relies on ending in the right form, and she needs to work with the table if you're playing with other people.
And you don't like helping. You don't like people.
I don't like people, but I'm more than happy to help them out.
Okay, no, I think that's a fair placement. I was expecting you to maybe put her in super fun, but I feel like this makes a lot of sense when we talk about her. I am going to go ahead and play Storm, and she is just going to jump up here for me. And how far up here does she go? I am conflicted. I think on any given day, any of these could be above the other one for me. But I really like Storm. There's something just satisfying about every card of hers. Every card is satisfying. Every upgrade is satisfying. Yeah. Oh, except her garden. But we don't talk about that because we're not going Ultra Ego. Except sometimes I do. But yeah, except her garden. I really like everything. And I love how she can affect the whole board. Even the villains, I think having to calculate that's a really fun kind of part of the puzzle to solve, and I like that.
You love a puzzle.
I do. So there she goes. Easy placement for me.
Yes.
Okay, we're back to your turn, and I have absolutely no idea where you're going to place Gambit. I could not begin to guess.
Gambit.
I feel like we rarely talk about Gambit.
Ooh. I think he's in fun.
You think he's in fun? Okay, I was gonna say I could see you putting him anywhere from fun but flawed to awesome. I genuinely don't know what you think about him. Whereabouts in fun and why?
The very top of fun.
Ooh, nice.
I like that you can use counters to boost up his attack or boost up his defense.
Yep.
I like that he's got alter ego shenanigans.
Yes.
I don't think he's got a bad card.
No, I think like the quote unquote like downside of him is that some of his things don't trigger in certain forms and that kind of thing.
Whenever I go to alter ego, I always get his defense card.
Yeah, I mean that's a big problem because you always have more card draw on alter ego on any hero, so you're more likely if you go alter ego to find the defense card when you can't use it, which is very awkward. But yeah, cool. So we got Gambit there, and I think that's a fair placement. I am going to take my Gambit, and I feel like I used to like Gambit more than I do now, and I feel like he's almost fun but flawed for me, but not quite. I think for me he might end up at the bottom of fun. And something has happened to hurt Gambit. Gambit has been wounded.
Did Rogue touch him?
No. People should watch X-Men 97 if they haven't already, by the way. Nick Fury kind of does what he does by charging up attacks, but he's more flexible because he can do events or he can do basic attacks.
Yeah.
And I think he can kind of charge them more dynamically. And I also, just feel like he has more going on, including Gambit is a character of like two forms, alter ego and hero form, but so is Nick in a way.
Yes.
And spoilers for Nick, but he's probably going to go above Gambit. And I don't think I get as much unique from Gambit anymore, but I still like him. But I just don't feel the appeal as much anymore. But he's a cool character.
Yeah, he is definitely a cool character. I put him higher than you.
Well, tell me, where are you going to place Rogue? Because I think you like Rogue.
Oh, I love my Southern Belle. She's going to go in awesome.
Okay, whereabouts in awesome? At the bottom?
Oh, no. She's going to go higher.
Ooh.
Higher.
Okay.
Higher. There.
Whereabouts at the top?
No, the middle.
The middle here.
Yeah.
Okay. Very high placement for Rogue. Tell the people what you love about Rogue and do your accent if you dare.
I am not doing my accent. Absolutely not. No.
The people want it. What if I hit 5k subscribers?
I'll consider it.
Okay, you heard it here first. What do you like about Rogue?
I like how much fun we have playing her.
Mm-hmm.
How she can touch anyone at the table when they do different things. How they interact with her cards. So if she touches a villain, it does this thing. If she touches another hero, it does this thing. How you don't like it when you're playing another character and Rogue touches someone else, you get very jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't like it.
The funny thing about Rogue, and I don't know if you remember this, is we played a game with Rogue, and you had put touch on my character. Somehow the encounter card annihilated me down to a couple of hit points. And then you got your obligation, which damages who has touched on them, and you defeated me.
I did.
But guess what? And I don't know if this is what you remember. We did another game straight after. And somehow, in a slightly different way, the same thing happened again. You defeated me with touched 2 games in a row because of the obligation. And this is one of my clearest memories of Marvel Champions. I don't even remember exactly what happened. I just remember collapsing into dismay.
Still some of my finest moments.
I'm surprised that doesn't make you put her into the top tier alone.
For that alone, I could put her first.
I actually really like Rogue though. You can do all sorts of crazy shenanigans. A lot of people look to trait shenanigans. I like some of them, but not to go too extreme with it. But what I really like is event combos. I like that she can reach into discard piles and take certain events, and that's what I like to play with the most. And it's kind of a lot of teamwork element to that too in multiplayer. You can kind of borrow things from different people, or even combine decks. So for me, she is flying up right to here as a minimum, and she can go higher. And I think she goes above Ant-Man for me. Does she go above Cyclops? Both these characters put attachments on enemies, kind of in a similar but very different way. I'm going to make an executive decision here. I'm going to put her here. And I'm going to move Scarlet Witch here. Bit of a plot twist on Scarlet Witch. When I'm looking at her, I'm thinking, I prefer both of these X-Men to, both of those Avengers.
She's going to get you in your sleep.
Maybe. Rogue is cool, though.
She is.
Rogue is cool. And you put Cyclops in awesome, so it's not crazy.
No.
Okay. Well, now we're going on to another expansion. We're going on to the next evolution, which I think is Wave 7.
Ooh, a wave 7 already.
Yeah. So that starts with Cable. Where's he going to go?
I love Cable. He's awesome. Super fun.
Super fun.
Super fun.
Nice. Okay, whereabouts? More than Doctor Strange or less?
More than Doctor Strange.
What about the pig?
More than the pig.
Wow. Okay, this is new information to me. I knew you liked him. I thought Awesome was like a strong candidate. Above Spider-Ham, who you regularly tell me is like a favorite of yours. Okay. Higher than Ironheart.
Yes.
I had no idea. Higher than Scarlet Witch.
No. He's so cool.
Yeah, he is.
Once you get like those side schemes going and you've knocked him out, they're in the victory display. His attacks and his thwarting go through the roof.
You do like a big satisfying, like high impact event or something.
Well, we went to an event and I played Cable and I did an absolute ton of damage. I think it was like 15 damage.
One card.
With one card. And it just felt so stupid, but so fun. I had to again in the same turn, and it was just so satisfying.
For the people, you love Dive Bomb Home Technique as well.
Oh, yeah.
And that might be a reason Ironheart's like up there, I feel like.
Yeah. Dive Bomb Home Technique. Love it.
Wow, that's really cool for Cable. As I think you know, I actually really like Cable, so I'm very pleased to see that. Not that you have to pick what I pick, but you know, it depends if you want the correct opinion. For me, he flies up to the top tier. He's still there. New side schemes keep him fun. There's enough variation with the side schemes. Like I kind of see that he has like maybe like 5 core side schemes I'm usually bringing. Like I'll put them into the deck build, and then maybe I'll take one out, maybe, but a lot of the time they stay. But they have different options about what they can get. So depending on the board state, who else is on the team, where I am like throughout the game, you know, what my opening hand looks like, I can kind of go for different side schemes. But then with those side schemes, get different things, and that is so much fun. And then all his cards are just fun and satisfying.
That's so good.
Which is really nice. And he's got a version of Global Logistics, his precognition card.
Yes.
Which, you know, I feel like people forget about. It's not like a big key feature of him, but I love Global Logistics. So,
you do.
Yeah, so that's nice.
You have one framed on our bedroom wall.
Yes, alongside Repurpose.
Yes, you do.
Right then, up next we have Domino. Tell me, where is Domino going to go, and is it in Not For You?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I love Domino.
So she's not for you.
No, she's definitely for me.
Okay. Whereabouts? So I'm feeling like at least awesome.
How much do I love Domino?
That's a good question. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put her here. Does this feel too high or still fine?
Too low.
So if I move her up here, how's it feeling? Like around the top of awesome?
One behind Gamora.
Okay.
So you
weren't that far
off.
away. Does that feel good?
Yes.
Cool. Tell the people what you love about Domino.
I love how she plays the top card of a deck.
Yep.
Pip the Pug.
Yep.
I love her pistols.
Yep.
Luck Be a Lady. How everything just works. And when you get those wilds that you discard.
You like to hit the jackpot.
Oh, I love to hit the jackpot.
She's very satisfying when her stuff works and when it all triggers and you get like good luck. It is. I admit it is very good.
It is fun. You like the card Painted Lady more than I do, though.
I feel like you forget about it.
Yeah.
I've always got it in my head. How can I best use this? Like this little like fancy yacht or whatever it is. I've turned it into a weapon and I'm trying to use it to the best. But I feel like you're kind of focused more elsewhere.
Yeah, you tuck jackpot under it and find fun ways to use jackpot with Painted Lady and Pip the Pug, and I just Pip the Pug.
Yeah, I mean, if I can have jackpot generate like even more resources or even more damage, I totally will.
Yes.
But yeah, she's a fun character, and I think I'm going to surprise you when I rank her.
Ooh.
Because traditionally I haven't liked her as much as you. I've been like, yeah, she's fun, but like it's a bit fiddly. There's, I feel like she's meant to be all about luck, but I kind of feel like it's more of a 4D chess character and it's moving cards all around.
Yes.
It's not just like everything kind of falls into place. However, played her a couple more times lately, and something about it's just like felt really fun to me. A couple of really fun decks that have definitely pushed her up for me. So before I feel like she would have been low fun for me. Now, I mean, I like all these characters so much. It's actually hard to move her up. But I'm thinking somewhere, I guess this is still like not super high up the fun tier, but To me, this is a strong placement for how much I like all these characters. I'm gonna drop her above Iron Man. That feels good.
I've read her in the Civil War comics, and she's really cool in that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I need to read more comics. We have so many comics. I don't know if you guys can see behind me. This is all comics on this bookshelf.
And more in order.
Yes. Yes. Always more.
Always more.
Okay. Psylocke, where's she going to go? The other psionic. Is she going to go above Phoenix? Is the question everyone wants to know.
So, when she first came out, I really didn't like her.
You did not like her at all.
When she first came out, she would have been in the not for me. Like, I would put her straight there, wouldn't have looked back.
Was she too fiddly, or just didn't feel fun, or didn't?
I thought she was more complicated than Domino.
Okay, I mean, some people would agree, and I think some people would disagree with that statement.
But now you've trained me in the ways of the psionic arts, and I've learned a bit more about how she works and how to use her most effectively. Probably still not as effective as you would use her, but I know how to use her a bit better. She's going to go in awesome now.
Nice. You've had some great results with her, and I think she
have.
is fun. I like that you've learned the dark arts, as it were.
Yes.
Whereabouts? I'm going to drop her here, and tell me how that feels.
She's going to go one under Domino.
One under Domino. Wow, above Captain Marvel. You locking that in?
I am, yes. But I do reserve my right to change it later. If I
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. So Psylocke's really... Is she kind of maybe the most improved hero, you think, on this list for now?
Yes.
That's cool. I really liked her. Just to talk about some specifics, I like that you can change her stats, and by changing her stats, you change what her events do, and there's all these different combos. Some decks, it's a bit more straightforward, but some decks that want to use certain stats but then play certain events in a certain way, the sequencing is really quite intense in a way, and you can really, if you find that perfect sequence, it's really satisfying. But all her cards are fun, and I just like her versatility. There's so many good decks she can do. I think I'm going to put her up here. I think last time she might have been at the top.
Yeah.
And I think so is Cable. I mean, do I need to move Cable up for me? Because I kind of just plonked him in this tier. I feel like Cable is still right up here for me. Yeah. I'm going to put him here. Psylocke, I feel like, is actually even higher. I feel like Psylocke is actually at the top when I think about it. So many fun
like
builds.
Psylocke.
Yeah, I do really like Psylocke. So this tier looking somewhat similar to my previous list, maybe a slightly different order. But I still like Psylocke so much. And this is why I was reluctant to put too many characters up higher earlier on. Because now they're all flying up.
Yes. That's the beauty of a tier list. Every time you do one, it's going to be slightly different to the one before.
Speaking of slightly different, are you going to place Angel any differently to Psylocke?
Yes. I like Angel more than you, I think.
That is true.
But I also get a bit scared of ending an Archangel sometimes, because if the threat is a bit dicey, having that acceleration icon is a bit... But
just a little acceleration icon.
He also does a lot of damage in that form, and has best defense in that form with his...
Air agility.
Yes, I was like, I know it's agility something.
He has a lot of threat removal as a character. I don't think you need to fear that acceleration icon. Can you think of one time you've mentioned, oh, I don't think I want to end in this form, and I'm like, just do it? Can you think of one time where I encouraged it and it hasn't gone well?
You're the devil on my shoulder.
Can you think of one time where it hasn't gone well?
There's not one specific time I can pull out of my head.
I think Angel has always done us proud. Where are you going to place him? Which tier?
He's doing awesome.
Okay, so you are going to place him in a similar-ish tier to Psylocke. But if I just put him here, does this feel too high or too low?
Too high. He's going to go there.
Yeah?
There.
Cool. Okay, I think that's fair. I feel like you always really enjoy Angel when you play him.
Home technique, dive bomb.
I don't think we play home technique with him that much, but we have played it, and definitely, even without a home technique, dive bomb is devastating for him.
Oh yes.
And with it, it is pretty crazy. So I can see. I think I did last time. Maybe I did make you a honed Angel deck. I think I remember that.
You did, and it was devastating.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
That's cool then. Okay, Angel for me, I think he's kind of Ironhearty for me. When I think about him, I don't feel like I'm that I don't feel the appeal. But when I play him, it is a satisfying. It's quite a lot into his sequencing. There is quite a lot to it sometimes, and I think that's really fun. I really like his resource card, returns an event.
Yeah, that's fun.
He's got that little bit of Miss Marvel snuck in there.
Yeah.
So for me, he's somewhere in this range. I'm gonna put him kind of neck and neck with Domino for very different reasons. Okay, tell the people where you're putting X-23. Do you like her and why?
I prefer her to Wolverine.
Okay, so immediately she is at least here.
I think she's fun.
Yeah.
I think how she uses her health is different.
Yes.
And she's lots. I feel like she's a lot more ways to heal than Wolverine. She has that card that every time you play an X-23 card, she heals.
Yeah, I mean, Wolverine has his healing kind of built into his like hero card, and then he's got like the 2 copies of his 1 healing event. I think she's got a couple of copies of the healing event, but then she's got the upgrade.
Yeah.
But the upgrade is like potentially uncapped if you have enough of her cards, which is interesting. And she doesn't really get punished for going Alter Ego as much as Wolverine because he misses out on 2 healings. So there is that as well. I think like Wolverine is like the attack event guy, and she is the basic attack girl.
Yes. And she can do a mix of everything. She's great as like sidekick, honey badger. Like that's brilliant. We like that deck a lot.
Sidekick is very special with her. I think she definitely has like better forwarding than Wolverine, maybe better defense and stuff. So she's definitely quite a very well-rounded character.
I've decided where she's going to go.
I'm guessing she's going to go at least upper tier.
She is. She's going to go 1 under Psylocke.
1 under Psylocke. Very high placement. I like that. I think you always enjoy her when you play her. Do you get the same kind of like concern about taking damage with her as you do with Wolverine?
No, especially not if I have that upgrade out. If that upgrade's out, I'm not worried at all.
Wow, okay. Cool. I kind of always feel like you're a little bit scared of that damage taken, but hasn't held back X-23, and I think she's really fun.
She's so fun.
Do you think just the pure fun has kind of overridden some of the downside as well for you?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. I think I like X-23 a lot as well. How much do I like her? I feel like she's at least... she's always got one kind of game plan, but there's so many variations of it. Her cards are so cheap, and the cards she tends to like are so cheap, that whatever you draw into your hand, you probably like have a very high likelihood of playing it.
Yes.
And that means just a couple of little alterations, and it's probably going to alter what you play a lot per deck cycle. Where some of these characters, like let's say Mars Morales, his events are so good and they take a couple resources, so some of his aspect cards just don't get played when you can play his cards. But for her, she can afford hers and still do the aspect stuff.
Yes.
I am going to move her. She's very similar to Drax as a big basic attacker. Something about Drax, I feel like I have to earn it more, and then it's completely like ridiculously explosive. I mean, which X-23s can be as well, but I think this was like a good placement for her. Actually, gonna go here.
Ooh.
But still, this is a strong placement for me because I love heroes. Cool. Over to Deadpool. Tell the people why Deadpool is your favorite hero. You were so excited for Deadpool, weren't you?
Yeah.
You love the movies.
I love the movies. Him in the comics is brilliant. I don't know where to place him.
I think I know where you're going to place him.
I don't know. I feel like he's so risky, and I'm not really a risky player.
You're like the most risk-averse person I've ever met.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like Star-Lord.
Yes, you do. But he also is really fun.
Ooh, see, I was totally expecting you to put him like right down here. It sounds like he might be fun but flawed. Like he's got fun bits, but he's got the flaws.
And then if you get that wrong encounter card or wrong boost effect, he's just gone, and that's happened to us on a few occasions.
Yeah, I mean, you can play around it, but I feel like if you're playing around it, you're playing kind of boring when he wants to go crazy. So it's kind of a weird thing.
Where would I put him? Oh my goodness.
Let me like put him here. How does this show? Do you, if I offered you Drax or Deadpool?
I would swap them.
Like, so you think he's below Drax?
Yes.
Do you think if I put him alongside Black Widow, you prefer Black Widow or you prefer Deadpool?
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
I don't think he would go any lower though, because I would play him over the Quicksilver.
Right, cool. I mean, that's a good placement we found for him then. I don't know. I kind of like the design, but I kind of hate the design.
That's how I feel. I'm quite Marmite with him.
Well, I love the idea of it, but the reality of it, I'm afraid for me, he is going to go quite low for me. There's a couple of decks I want to try him again with, so maybe he's got potential to move up soon, but like, he's such a weird character. If he was in a fighting game, he would skip neutral, as a way I've described him before for any fighting game players out there. He just bypasses some of like the core game mechanics in a weird way. that I like to interact with. It just feels really odd. I feel like as a novelty, he's fun, but I don't feel compelled to go back and play him. You know, he's more interesting than Captain Marvel or Venom to me, but I also, I think he's going to go here. I think this is a good placement for him.
Yeah.
We're on to the next expansion now, and because of the way the heroes have fallen, I'm going to do a little bit of scrolling, but hopefully it all syncs up for everyone at the end. I'm sure it won't matter too much. We have Bishop up next.
We like Bishop.
We do. I think you find him really fun.
I really like Bishop.
So I'm going to start at awesome as like a minimum. Where are you putting him and why?
He's just, the way he plays with resource cards is just ridiculously fun. And if you manage to draw them all when you're hit, it's just stupid. I think he might be super fun.
I feel like for you, every time you play him, you really enjoy it.
I really like him.
You like those high impact things, with his rifle, his healing, and all the money he has. Bishop always makes an impact. Like, unless, okay, you get too many resources early on, but fairly rare. He has tools to kind of help with his resource things. Would you think you would prefer to play him over Spider-Ham?
Yes.
Ooh, over Ironheart. Oh, I can see this as a yes that you don't want to say.
Yeah.
Wow. Top 3 right now for you. Over Cable.
No.
So okay. Wow. For me, Ironheart has been like this character you really like her, you champion her, you kind of like, when we discuss it and I say, I put her around the middle, and you're like, no, and how the mighty have fallen.
I know, it's painful, it breaks my heart.
Bishop is really fun though. It had to be done. This is your honest opinion, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Makes a nice change.
What does that mean? I think I'm always proud of you.
You are.
Okay.
You're my champion.
Okay, well, that's too sweet. Let's move on. Where do you think I'm going to place Bishop?
Quite high. High.
I used to put Bishop right up here, like in my last ranking. Like, I really liked him. For me, I think his kind of like main mechanic, I've kind of done it a lot now. I've done it a lot in every aspect, and I still really like it. But I think it has less, like, maybe depth as in terms of what you can do with him compared to all these other characters up here. And, I build a lot of decks, play a lot of games. So for me, I think he's fallen down a tier, but I still think he's awesome. I'm going to put him next to Ant-Man.
Okay.
Both characters there together that have a lot of self-heal and a lot of, like, chunky, impactful damage. You know what? I'm going to move him above Ant-Man. Sorry, Ant-Man. So now at the top of awesome, I have technically 4 mutants. Scarlet Witch isn't officially a mutant, but she kind of is.
Well, she's a mutant.
Yeah, okay, that concludes Next Evolution, and we're evolving on to the Age of Apocalypse wave 8, and that starts with Magic.
I like Magic.
I think you do like Magic. I'm not sure exactly where you put her. I think it could be anywhere in Awesome, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was super fun.
I think she is 1 below Psylocke.
1 below Psylocke. Okay, like a good halfway kind of in Awesome, maybe toward the top third.
Yes.
What do you like about Magic?
Again, I like how she plays with the top card of the deck. You can see what it is, and it influences the cards that she has in her hand, how she can swap them. She's just really fun.
It's interesting to me, you sometimes get scared of like how difficult a character is, but like if I look at like your like top 20 characters here, I feel like maybe not the top row, although Cable, he can be simple, but he can be complicated. But I feel like characters like Rogue, Domino, Psylocke, Magic, even Spider-Woman to some degree, SPDR, Penny. There's a few more complicated ones here.
Yes.
I think you play them really well when you play them.
Thank you.
I just find that's interesting to observe.
Yes.
But yeah, I really like Magic as well. No arguments from me.
No.
I have previously put her like at the top of my kind of like tier, somewhere super fun, or my equivalent to it. But for me, I think she's moved down a little bit like Bishop. They were kind of newer out, and I was really into them. All the kind of weird cards that she can interact with weirdly, I've kind of played quite a bit, and I still like her a lot. But some of that freshness has worn off, and I think she's kind of gone the way of Bishop, that she's going to move down a tier for me, but I still really like her. Question is, do I like her more than Bishop? And the answer might be yes. Do I like her more than Scarlet Witch? Which mystic is going to reign supreme? Who is the sorcerer supreme?
I can tell you, it's not Doctor Strange all the way down there, and not for me.
No, that's definitely the one we have farthest apart for sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you like her more in this or Midnight Sun?
I think I like Magic more in Midnight Suns. She might be my favorite character in that game.
You like how moody she is?
Yeah, some characters are too happy. I identify with her grumpiness. I really feel that. But Hexball, I think I prefer as a card. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. But I love what she does with the top of the deck and kind of the moving around and the shenanigans. I think she goes up to here. So she's right kind of knocking on the door of super fun.
I'm not surprised.
I do like her a lot still.
You do.
Okay, next up we have Iceman. Where is Iceman going to go? Are you going to give the Ice Guy a nice placement?
I'm going to say, for both of us, we're not fans of Iceman.
What are you talking about? He's so cool.
We're both not fans of Iceman. Every time we try to play him, it's not been the smoothest game.
Maybe it's my deck building.
No, it's not your deck building.
Why are you giving him this cold reception?
You and your puns.
If I were to like say Iceman or Quicksilver, what are you feeling? They won't stay together, but here we go.
I would say Iceman.
So he goes at least here, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm starting to question whether Quicksilver is actually just not for me.
Okay, I mean, let's visit this topic. Quicksilver or Rocket?
Rocket.
Oh, snap. Quicksilver or Wasp?
Wasp.
What is going on here? Quicksilver didn't see this coming.
No.
Quicksilver's had a huge fall from grace. I don't know what's happened overnight. Okay, Quicksilver or Hulk?
Hulk. No, not Hulk. Quicksilver.
Okay, I was like, wait a second.
No. I would say he's above Hawkeye.
Okay, so he has fallen all the way down there.
Yeah.
Well, let's revisit Iceman with Quicksilver's demise out of the way. Iceman or Black Widow?
Black Widow.
So somewhere around here does feel like kind of a good place, maybe. So here is where you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting to me. I thought you might have had him lower. I have a lot of strong thoughts on Iceman.
I've seen your video.
Yeah, my Iceman review shocked people. He has a lot of fun ideas. I actually love Frostbite. I just think there's problems. There's just, he's a very defensive character overall, and he sometimes wants to attack, sometimes wants to thwart. He kind of has to rely on events to do that in a meaningful way most of the time,
Yes.
within the terms of his own hero kit. And if he doesn't draw them, it's kind of difficult. So kind of the natural solution would be allies. But his allies want to stick around forever and take up the ally slots, which is really annoying. There's just something about you have to get a Frostbite in the right place for some of his cards to work their best. And if they don't have a Frostbite in the right place, they don't feel good. I don't feel like these are good cards that you can get, an extra reward for having it line up right. I feel like you just get punished for not having it right. And everything feels like it's one cost more expensive than it should be.
Yeah, I feel like his cards are quite expensive.
I will say I've enjoyed him more the last couple of times I played him, but that's against like lower difficulty villains where I'm, not challenged as much, and I can just kind of make some of the awkwardness work without too much worry. I still think he gets like pretty decent results, but like I feel like his best decks are pretty boring, like Utopia, like very, very ally heavy. Increase the ally limit and just play a lot of allies to cover kind of his weaknesses and like cover for the efficiency deficit. Gonna edit that to hell to make that work. I think for me, he's gonna go about here, like down here. Like I genuinely think I would react worse to this than the others. I think Iceman is low.
Would you go for Iceman or that bad allies Adam Warlock deck I made you?
Okay, so Villainette made me an Adam Warlock deck that basically the only cards she added were terrible allies, like the allies we never use, like Moondragon, for an example, or like the Star-Lord ally. And it's not like they don't have some upsides, but if we were to rank all the allies, these are the ones that are probably scoring really low. And Adam just had a ton of them, and it was kind of a fun challenge. And I would say,
well, the challenge was you had to play as many of them as possible, otherwise there'd be in other decks I was making for you.
The thing is, I like challenges, so I actually prefer that.
I think there was only like 2 or 3 you didn't play.
I tried to play them. I would have played them all if I could.
Yeah.
Iceman just doesn't click for me. What are we going to do now with Jubilee, the firework mutant?
Oh, Jubes.
I feel like maybe you don't have like the strongest... Like, I don't feel like you have like a super positive opinion, but I'm not sure... I feel like your opinion isn't solidified.
Yeah, I think I expected more from her. And then when like the article came out about Jubilee, I was quite disappointed.
Right.
I don't really know what I expected from Firework Girl.
Fireworks.
Yeah, yeah, but then I feel like I don't get fireworks when I play her.
I feel like her events are quite bland. It's like,
Yeah,
deal this damage, get this status card, or remove this threat, confuse status card. And we kind of seen that with Rogue, we've seen it with Miles. There's kind of a
Yeah.
couple of characters, even aspect cards, which work this way. And her only kind of like special thing is pay with different resources. Well, she comes with a wild resource generator on her hero card.
Yeah.
And if you have 5 cards in hand, you're always going to have like 2 different resource cards. It does have an impact, but it's not a huge impact. I feel like it's a very trivial like special thing. And I think it only really matters when you're trying to play like 3 cost, upwards cards. And even then, if you get like X-Jet down, it's over.
Yeah, and she's also one of those characters that's been affected by the steady stalwarts. She doesn't feel like she comes with anything that makes me want to play her.
I get that. I get that a lot. Okay. Would you rather play her or Ghost Spider?
Jubilee.
So she is moving up for you. She's actually moving up for you.
I think there.
You think here?
Yeah, I think there.
Cool. Okay. She does have like fun stuff she can do. If I put her on my tier list now, I like that she's rewarded for playing more expensive cards with her items, and Shopping Spree is like really unique. But she falls quite flat to me. She's an event heavy hero, but if I want to play like a mutant attack heavy character, I've got Wolverine, I've got Gambit.
Yeah.
All I really get from her is I exhaust my like jacket and I get like an extra bit of something, which I do like, but it doesn't compel me a ton. I'm gonna put her. Actually, I think where I've got her right now, just coincidentally, is where she's gonna go.
I
At the
think
bottom
that's
of
good.
bottom of Fun But Floor. Okay, back over to your tier list. We have Nightcrawler. He bamps, he teleports, he's got the sword. Where is he gonna go? Is he gonna bamf up to top place?
No.
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 Where's he gonna go?
I want to like him more than I do.
This doesn't sound good.
I do like him, but it's just having to play with the bounce, and that's just a bit too awkward for me. I like having them out. I like as soon as the villain phase comes up, I'm like, bam, yep.
You don't like taking damage, so bamps really like suits you.
Yeah,
well.
I like that. I feel like he should have more, like the frostbite deck, like they have a side deck where
a side deck, so it doesn't okay. I feel like a complaint I see a lot of people have is that because you need to kind of spend a resource to get bounced back, you have less actual kind of options during your turn. Like
and then to use your cards, you then have to spend the bamf to do it, and that for me, I don't think works.
Let me ask you this: Rocket or Nightcrawler?
Nightcrawler.
Okay, so he's moving up a little bit. Nightcrawler or Ghost Spider, another kind of defensive character that can kind of like defend and ready kind of thing.
Nightcrawler.
Wow, I did not expect this.
I think he'll be there.
You think here?
Yes.
Okay, that is higher than I anticipated. So we've got Jubilee and Nightcrawler together here, and Iceman. And I'm going to just say it, you got all 3 of these characters above where I've got them. I've said when he came out and I reviewed him, I was kind of like lukewarm. He was like fine.
Yeah.
My opinion has gone down. Iceman, he wouldn't believe it with where I placed him, but it's gone up. I think my opinion on everyone in the not for me category that was there previously too has gone up. So they're still got to be there numerically, but like slightly more favorable overall still. But Nightcrawler has gone down. He has gone down into the not for me tier. I can't remember my last list. I think maybe I was predicting how much I'd like him. But for me, what happens is he's like Phoenix. If I have a hand full of his events or his cards, I am so disappointed. I don't like them because I've got to have Bamf in the right place. And if I defeat a minion with Bamf on it, the Bamf kind of goes away, so I don't get any like future value. So like the card I played might have had good value, but I've actually lost an extra card that was in my hand, that Bamf, that could have done something. There's just a few awkward things. There's a few things I like about him. Teleport Drop is really funny. I really like that.
Yes.
Scout Ahead is a card I really enjoy, actually.
That's a good card.
I feel like he feels quite good in Change of Fortune deck,
Yes.
which is his precon. But I almost feel like he was designed around it. I feel like he has some of the least practical damage of any hero in Marvel Champions. Because he does have damage, somewhat, but it's just annoying to place. I know some people say they like to play Bamf, but then not trigger it. But if I'm playing Bamf and not triggering it, then kind of have his ability's kind of like dead for a turn or a round or something, because I've done it and I'm not getting any benefit. So like, why didn't I just play like Ghost Spider or someone like that? So for me, he goes really low. I mean, in general, I'm not a really like heavy defense player, so maybe that affects it. But for me, he is down here, and I think he has fallen. I'm going to put him above Venom, but it's close.
I understand it completely. It's just compared to other heroes, who would I rather play?
We are down to the final mutant for the time being, at least, in the current game. The master of magnetism himself. And which way is he sort of magnetically propelling himself?
The lower half of the table.
Ooh, the lower half. So we're talking fun or fun but flawed?
Fun but flawed.
Right. Let me frame around the middle here. Does this feel good, or you feel different? And why?
I think he's above Phoenix. I think he's the very top.
Okay, that's respectable.
I think he's good,
Yeah.
but he's quite vanilla. Nothing wrong with vanilla. I like vanilla.
Vanilla's a great flavour.
It is a great flavour. But I feel he's quite bland.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and some of the cards he's got, you have to have the other card in your hand for it to be the most effective. And
You're talking about wrapping a minion in metal and then like launching.
yeah.
Them. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I haven't played him very much, and I'm not drawn to play him.
You're getting that kind of Captain Marvel thing that I have. You're not feeling like that drawn toward
but compared to all the others in Fun But Flawed, I'd pick him.
You still pick him?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's completely fair. Some people I think absolutely love Magneto, and other people I feel like are kind of indifferent to him. I don't think anyone like really like heavily dislikes him that I've come across. Let me know in the comments if that's you. But I'm going to take him.
He should be a lot stronger than what he is.
I think he's quite strong.
I think he should be a lot stronger.
You think he should be like real top of the S tier, kind of like?
Yeah, I feel like he should be very powerful, especially considering what he can do in the comics and the shows and the movies.
Some people do consider him top 10. I'm more about a top 20, kind of position now, but some people do consider him quite strong. I do think he's kind of awkward though. Like a lot of his cards are very situational to get full value. When you do get that full value, it feels really good. But sometimes you got all these magnetic cards, and you're like, well, none of these are perfect, and it's kind of like a slight downer. If there's a bunch of hero cards in my hand and I'm not that excited, that's kind of a Nightcrawler, kind of a Phoenix thing for me, which definitely brings them down. However, I think Magneto's really fun. I think when his cards do land, they are ultra satisfying. I love wrapping a minion in metal, and you know what I love more than that?
Launching them?
Yeet! I love launching them, catapulting them, sending them across the battlefield, rocketing toward the villain, smacking that villain in the face with their own minion. That's so disrespectful.
It is.
And it's actually kind of efficient. It's a good thing to do.
It is.
He's just got a lot of readying, which I like, and I think kind of his discarding mechanic. He's prone to discard cards you might want, but it is an interesting mechanic. I like that by going Ultrigo, you can like tactically shuffle them back in. He's got little buttons I can press that like tickle the part of my brain that likes to pull off shenanigans and like have unique card interactions, while also just having like fun, satisfying cards. So for me, he's got to be in at least fun. About here, I think that's good.
Metal Club.
Then we are starting the final wave that is currently fully released. We do have Civil War meant to be out, but it's delayed. There's stuff going on. Who knows when we're going to get it. Some of you already have it. Some of you might not have it for a few weeks. I don't know when we're getting it. Probably a couple of weeks. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we have Maria Hill.
Oh, I like Maria Hill.
Where is Maria Hill going to chill?
I have a lot of fun with Maria Hill.
So down at Fun But Flawed?
No.
Tell me where up here. What tier?
I think she's going to be an awesome.
Okay.
And I put her in awesome because her game plan is usually the same.
It is, no matter what kind of deck or aspect. You've got those shield supports, and you want to move counters to the best ones, and get all that good stuff.
But when you do it, it's so satisfying. And then when you use the Iliad and you use the Pericles, and
some of these cards are like really like big satisfying cards, like boom 2 status cards or boom 5 damage, or and you do like that satisfying thing. And you kind of got, I can almost see you as Maria Hill, like calling down these attacks. And I think that like appeals to you.
It is, but she's also not actually a nice character in the comics that I've read.
Yeah,
so I'm a lot nicer, I hope.
Every comic we read, like my opinion of her goes down. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Her in Civil War.
She is an interesting character though. Like the MCU character version is so boring in comparison. I haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. though. I haven't seen that series, but like based on the movies, like
they did her dirty.
Yeah, but anyway. Where should we going to put her in this awesome tier?
Ooh, how much do I like Maria Hill?
I think you like her quite a lot. I think you like her like up here. That's my opinion.
That's where I was looking. Drop her there.
Drop her here, yeah?
Yeah, drop her like a helicarrier.
Okay, I'll make the hard call.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a very different opinion about Maria.
You're not as much of a fan.
Maria is quite Doctor Strangey for me, and some people would think, oh, it's like the Pericles, like they both have a lot of status cards.
Yes.
I disagree. I think they're both quite repetitive. I'm going to get down my one big helicarrier probably on turn 1, and you can go for the smaller helicarrier route, but effectively somewhere in the early game, I'm trying to get down probably my like top priority helicarrier, my big 6-cost card, and I'm going to be triggering that like every turn from then on. And I think the Iliad just kind of solves everything. It's very much like Venom's multi-gun, which I don't like. You know, I like characters that ready, and readying can be similar to multi-gun, or even Iliad, you know, different, but readying can let you fort or attack and so on. But basic forting, basic attacking, it's so much more interactive than damage happens or threat is removed. So that is kind of like a little thing with where I stand there. But Maria, something about it is just a little bit repetitive, and once you kind of set up, you kind of just win.
Yeah.
Because it's 2 status cards per turn, you're invincible. And then Iliad, you know, you can take out a minion, side scheme, 0 the threat. You can kind of do what you need, and it's just kind of waiting until you win.
When we did the campaign, like she dominated for most of the campaign, but then when she got 2 games back to back where she struggled, you could see her weaknesses.
Yeah, you got like, I think if you have a bad opening with her, it hurts. But I will say those were that was like my first deck build ever with her, and I think since then, one of my big priorities with deck building with her, make sure you have a good first turn. And since then, I don't know that she has had a bad first turn.
No, she hasn't. No.
So I don't know if that's like super irrelevant here. I just think there's like a slight learning curve to her deck build that I had to ascend. With that said, I do like her in multiplayer. Like, there's a lot of multiplayer synergy she has, and that I think uplifts her. Like, if someone handed me like a really interesting Maria Hill deck, I think I actually move her up here. Previously, I might have had her not for me. I think as an overall kind of like compromise plays, I'm going to put her here. So I do like have fun with her. She does have quite a lot of flaws which hold her back for me, but there's a lot of fun on offer.
I'm happy she's not in the not for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's as high as we're going though.
Yes.
Here's a character that I'm interested in to see where you place, because I'm honestly not sure where you're going to put him. We have Nick Fury. Where's he sneaking into?
Ooh, I'm not sure where he's going, but I do know you'll probably place him higher than me.
I feel like you might have him in the top half, or
he's in the top half.
I don't remember you having a game which you haven't enjoyed him.
Yeah.
But he is a form changer that's maybe slightly fiddly?
Yes. I think... Ooh. I think he's an awesome.
Okay.
I think he's about there.
About here?
Yes, he seems to be quite good at just hovering over the right spot.
I don't know how I do it. I mean, we do play a lot together.
Yeah.
What I like about your tier list, I've held off saying until this point because I didn't want to influence it. But for me, my fun tier, my middle tier, is my biggest tier. But I think you let your feelings like, I don't know, more extreme than mine, because you have like your awesome tier or your flawed tier, like the biggest ones. I think this is a good thing. I think your tier list is just more interesting than mine.
Either like you or you don't. That's kind of it.
Don't I know that?
And if you're in the middle, you're kind of neutral. You're kind of not too bad.
I honestly think some of the characters like that I have around like the not for me, top of not for me, I like more than some of the characters that you have here for you, like in the fun but flawed. I think I just like a broader amount of things, if that makes sense. Cool, so we just placed Nick for you. Where's Nick going to go for me? Do you have any predictions about where I'm going to put him?
He's going to go in either awesome or super fun. You really like Nick.
Make a prediction for the people, for the fans.
Super fun.
Boom, you got it.
Yeah, you really like Nick.
When Nick came out, I was like, wow, this is a contender. Like, is this a hero I really like? I think I'm going to come back to him a lot. And, you know, when I shared some of my opinion about this, like chatting on Discord with people, you know, like, people are like, oh, you've got a couple of new characters up there. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it's just kind of how I feel at the moment. Hasn't changed one bit. You know, some characters do fall down a bit further. Maria Hill actually rose up a little bit. Nick, for me, if anything, he's risen as well. I think for me right now, I put him here. I really like Nick. I love the stealth mechanic, just thematically, but also mechanically. I love building those counters. I get to alter all different kind of cards and, you know, basic attacks and things. It's really tactical about what form you go to. I feel like I've played him enough where I've kind of figured out, quote unquote, the optimal kind of pattern of when to change to what form at what time.
Yeah.
But it's heavily influenced by the cards in your hand and the board state. And that means even if you know the optimal kind of pattern, very, very, very rarely does it go how you expect it to. You have to constantly adapt. So the actual optimal pattern in reality is always quite different.
Yes, and not getting your obligation, that helps.
Yeah, I like to build up these counters, and I'm like, I've got this mega combo, just one more turn without the obligation, just one more turn. And then it turns up, and I lose all my counters.
And it's usually me that gives it to you.
It's always you because of your shuffling. No, but I do just absolutely love playing Nick, everything about him. And he's got a flying car.
Yep.
I'm really lucky I got to reveal some really fun cards when I did card reveals. Magneto wrapping people in metal, that is so fun. But Nick Fury flying around in his car while stealths, I don't know how it works, but I like it. People don't look up, that's what I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really, really like Nick. Okay, we're back to your tier list. We have the other Black Panther, Shuri. How do you feel about Shuri? I'm actually not sure I know how you feel about Shuri.
Have a guess.
I think you're going to put her in fun. Awesome. Okay, tell me whereabouts. Let me put him near the other Black Panther. Why do you prefer one over the other? Tell me which one you prefer.
I prefer... Oh, I'm not sure.
I never realised this, but they have like a similar kind of like colour in the sky, which I kind of like. I kind of like that.
I love how their upgrades work, and I love how differently they work at the same time.
I almost feel like you can just look at X-23 and Wolverine. Wolverine is the event guy, and X-23 is like the readying one.
Yeah.
And kind of like Shuri's the readying one, even though her events also kind of do it. But Black Panther is really heavily, T'Challa really needs his events to trigger his stuff. So in that way, he is more of the event one.
Yeah, I just love how different they are, but how much the same they are in Heart of the Panther and
We like that.
the Dora Milaje, and all of that just works really nicely for both of them.
I would say I think the Dora Milaje work better for her. Just because she's more incentivized to ready up and use like stat boosts.
How much do I like Shuri?
That's what we're all wanting to know.
I think there is good.
You like her?
I like here, but I'm also wondering if Angel and SBDR need to be below them.
What if I do this?
Ah. No.
The Angel goes up again.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, I feel a bit better.
Angel or Cyclops? What if I put Angel over Cyclops?
Put him back.
Okay.
Yes, I'm happy with that.
I think that's totally fair. I think Shuri is an awesome character, and I think T'Challa is, and putting them together, you know, they do have a lot of similarities. A lot of things are different, but at the same time, turn one, they want to set something up. They're more likely to trigger it on future turns, so it all kind of like happens and like different but similar. For me, I like Shuri a lot more. So going on to my tier list, Shuri's more interactive for me because more aspect cards can like ready you up, which is getting you more use out of what you have. But also, T'Challa's Wakanda Forever. I love it, but it's just kind of Wakanda Forever, an event. Shuri's events, which trigger her upgrades, have like the attack or fort kind of like trait, keyword kind of thing going on. So they're more interactive with aspect cards themselves that way.
Yes.
So just everything about her is more interactive. Even the Elephant's Trunk, you know, on its own, it's worse than Golden City. But if you exhaust other cards, you can get even more card draw than Golden City. So everything she has just kind of...
I think you're tempting me to boost her up.
Oh, I really like Shuri. Do you know where I'm going to place her?
Pretty super fun.
Boom. I really like her. Something about her reminds me of Nick Fury. Both of them do get rewarded for readying. But it's like they're different. I don't know how, but maybe it's just because the same designers like got the blueprints under the surface and it just resonates with me, this particular design. I don't know what it is. I just kind of get... I think where she has like... Maybe she exhausts, sets something up. The next turn, she'll be ready to activate it more than the previous turn. Yeah. Nick Fury will have like a turn maybe where he's building up counters and then a turn where he's more explosive. There's kind of a ebb and flow to them, and I think that's what it is. And I kind of get that with Psylocke, even though Psylocke's very different. But, you know, a turn starting in Old Trigger is very different to hero form.
Yeah.
And I think I like that. I think I like when there's like an up and a down for some reason. As long as the down is not like frustrating, I kind of like the variance. So, yeah, I really like Nick, and I really like Shuri. Do I like Shuri more than Nick? I'm gonna say I like Nick more than Shuri, but it's very close, and ask me tomorrow and it might be different.
I think I need to change where Shuri is.
Have I talked her up a bit? You like Elephant's Trunk, don't you? You like card draw.
I do.
I'm gonna move her above Angel. I'm gonna move her above Cyclops.
Yep.
How you feeling?
Fine.
I'm going to move her above Gamora.
Move her up one more.
One more. You remember
Move
all
her
the
up
mad card draw turns we
one
have?
more. Move her up one more.
What is going on?
Move her up one more. I'm happy.
We've jogged some good memories here.
Yeah.
She also has like Moon Girl and stuff, and
Yeah, Moon Girl.
you definitely love the card draw.
I do love
So sets off some big satisfying combos with stuff like that.
Oh,
so.
yes.
Okay. Wow, what a plot twist.
I know.
One of the ones I don't think I tried to influence you on, like Star-Lord, but it's she's moved up.
Not shifting.
No.
The more you try and talk me up, the more he's going to go down.
It's okay. I think he's just stuck in that Guardians tier. We should probably rename this. Guardians. Look what's happened to the formatting here. That's how unhappy the tier list is. But right, okay. We've got a couple characters left. Where are we going to put Silk?
Where do you think I'm going to put Silk?
I don't know what you think of Silk. I guess these are all newer characters to my... I have to remember like what you think on like the fewer times that you have played them. But I think you are going to put Silk in fun but flawed. Or fun. I can see it going in fun, actually.
That's too high.
Really? Is Silk not for you?
Not for me.
Wow, okay.
So, I haven't played Silk very much. I probably can say I've played her 5 times, if that. Not many at all.
Wow, okay.
I find the tucking mechanic is a little bit too fiddly, and then knowing which cards to get rid of.
Yeah.
And I enjoy watching you play her. You make her look so easy. But the times I've played her, I'm like, oh, I don't know what cards to tuck or what cards to get rid of. And then when do I flip to do this? Because then I've got no cards left. But then all my cards want her to have a tucked card.
I will say she is easier to play if you've been through every single encounter card in the game multiple times, counted and like averaged different icons and effects on them, done like a 60-page mega document on mod sets and things. It's a lot easier to play her if you have done that background work.
So you have to be a mega nerd.
Well, that includes you.
I didn't make the 60-page document.
No. Well, I'll put you in geek territory.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, okay, I think this is fair. Now that you've explained
she's fun.
Yeah, I think last time, when you played Miles Morales last and I wanted the Web Warrior, I went for Silk, and I was the one who played Silk there. So it's all adding up. So for me, Silk is a character I've seen polls and people love Silk. People are putting Silk like really high. People love Silk when people like rate stuff for fun or vote for their favorite hero. But for me, Silk is actually kind of lower down for me as well. And I'll tell you, she's a tale of two halves. I love the tucking mechanic. I love what she can do with like capturing these cards and all those good shenanigans. I absolutely love it. And that's like a 10 out of 10. Yeah. But I don't like her hero cards.
No.
Like her actual like 15 signature cards. One or two of them, sometimes like there are bits that I like. I actually quite like her alter ego support Albert. I quite like Eidetic Memory. I really like.
Yeah.
But what you have to do with her sometimes, I'll just put her here for now. But you have to, have the right encounter card come up, the right card tucked under you, and the right event in hand. You have to bring 3 things together, and sometimes you can. There are tools to help out. She does have a lot of card draw, but it's just such an awkward ask. It's like asking me to jump through 3 different hoops, and I think it's one too many with how things kind of are. It's hard for me to place her because I do love the tucking though. Like defeating something, tucking it, then getting to spend it and use it. That is like gold, but everything else is like, eh. It is satisfying when you pull it off, though.
Oh yeah, well, when you've had those really good turns where you've had the right cards, it's looked very satisfying. But it's just waiting for all those pieces to come together in that one perfect puzzle. And whenever I've played it, I've not had that perfect puzzle.
Her cards are still all playable and usable without those cards, but it doesn't feel good.
No, it's like a bit like Phoenix. When you're not unleashed, you don't get the most out of them.
I think she goes above Hawkeye for me.
Yeah.
But I could, I think I prefer Hawkeye's arrows to her cards, if that makes sense. But I think I prefer her tuck mechanic to anything Hawkeye does, really. I feel like this is a good placement.
I understand that. She's higher than Hawkeye mine as well.
Most characters are, though.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so back to you. Last 2 characters. These are quite controversial characters in a way because one of these has been widely beloved by the community and one of these has been not liked quite so much. And I'm curious where you're going to put them. I'm going to throw this to you. Do them in either order. They released at the same time. Who do you want to place first?
Well, let's go with Falcon because he's first. I like Falcon.
Okay, so he's at least in fun.
I think I like him in different ways to you, and we play him in slightly different ways.
I'm intrigued.
What tier is he in?
I don't know.
I love Redwing.
To what heights is he soaring?
He's going into awesome.
Okay, he's getting closer to the sun.
And I've made a decision to move Thor and Miss Marvel down.
Ooh, so hold on. Let me just drop him here for a second. Thor to the top of fun?
Yes.
And Miss Marvel still above him?
Yes.
Okay. So, all the fun and the awesome tier and the Thor but fun, they're kind of evening out for you. It's like a last minute actually balancing. Where is Falcon going to go then? Is Falcon more fun than Spider-Woman?
Yes.
Okay. Where's he going now?
Up one.
Tell the people what you like about Falcon.
I like the encounter deck shenanigans.
Yes.
I like that if the right card is there, you can pull off some really stupid things.
You like triple boost icons?
Oh, triple boost icons. When you get that with Redwing and you just spam Redwing, 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage. And you just keep playing Redwing because sometimes that's the best thing to do.
Some people don't like playing Redwing like over and over again, and like I never feel like that's like the main game plan, but sometimes it works out. And for me, there's so many decisions in like playing Redwing because he can attack or thwart, or you can use that ability to like basically bounce him to your hand, but like discard the encounter deck.
Yeah.
But then when you replay him, you have a choice between what's then on top of the encounter deck. Do you leave that or do you not? So like, just returning him and playing him again has like 3 or 4 different decisions in it. I feel like. Which keeps it like a really interesting, like kind of option to have. He's
a puzzle I enjoy playing.
That's a great way of describing him.
Yeah, I'm not normally a puzzly kind of character. Apart from Domino, leave Domino alone.
You got Domino. You got Magic here. I mean, you could even say like Rogue, Shuri. No, there's a little bit here.
Okay, some of the other characters who are quite puzzly are, and I don't like them. Falcon is a puzzle that's fun. I like his alter ego stuff. I still feel like we need more birds to make the bird stuff pop off.
We need more birds. Where are the birds?
Because
if you see any more birds,
I was very disappointed when he was just like search for a bird card, and I'm like,
we really thought there's going to be a lot of them.
Yeah, and there's not.
Of the day of recording, this actually came up on Reddit. Someone's like, his alter ego ability is bad, right? There's only like 2 bird cards. There's 3 with Hugin and Munin. Huey and Mui.
I had the same reaction though, didn't I? I said, where are the birds?
But
they're all on my feeder, but where are my birds?
The bird cards he has are really good though. Like, so they, it's almost like it should be written like, get these one of these 2 cards back.
Yeah, but they need more birds.
Do you like this placement next to Captain Marvel, or do you think he flies up?
I think he goes up.
I'm going to drop him above Domino.
I think so.
Wow.
I think so. Domino used to be like one of my top characters, but I think just so many new characters, and I think it might have been the fact that she was new and exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am looking at Gamora and Marvels and wondering if they're too high. This is really painful.
I'm going to make a decision. What if I did this below X-23? X-23 or Gamora?
Gamora.
Okay, so 1 up.
Yeah.
And we're there.
Yeah, I love Gamora. Gamora again. One of my top characters, not like used to be. And it's quite painful to see how far she's fallen.
You have played her a lot though, and I feel like that has an impact.
Miles, do I like Miles more than Falcon?
I cannot answer that.
Keep going.
Keep moving him down. Magical Miles.
There.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel this is better now.
Wow.
I feel it's quite painful, but I think it's right.
I'm impressed that Falcon is so high up for you. I like that though.
And I think Cap needs to go tier down.
Dear Cap.
You seem very happy about that.
He's no longer awesome.
No, he is.
Well, now I have to place Falcon.
You do.
So, Falcon for me, when these 2 characters are announced, Winter Soldier and Falcon, almost said Winter Falcon. I really thought Falcon looked overly complicated.
Yeah.
And Winter Soldier looked like simpler, but like elegant in design. I thought he was going to be like really satisfying and fun. And in a way he is. But Falcon surprised me. I love all the puzzles that are in him. And I think he is a puzzle. And I do think there's like almost a trap to play too many of his upgrades and things. He wants to exhaust for multiple, but doesn't come with a built-in ready. And I think that hurts him. And I think he's kind of got like low impact cards, but you can build the higher impact cards into him. It's just a different way of thinking about deck building, because in a lot of characters, the hero cards will drive you over the finish line. But for him, he'll keep you in the game, and you need to kind of like have aspect stuff drive you over the finish line, or your teammates if you're playing more of a support role. The more you figure that out, I feel like the better and better he feels. So for me, I really like him. He's at least here, and then I have decisions to make. I think he's an awesome for me. I think I do like Falcon a lot. His design really resonated.
You do like Falcon. You always have so much fun playing him.
I do. I get to have like Falcon enables me to have crazy shenanigans, and whereas Repurpose is probably my favorite protection card, Global Logistics might be my favorite Justice card, and he's Global Logistics the hero, looking at that encounter deck.
And he's got Aerial Recon, which you really enjoy playing.
I think because I know almost inherently the value of almost every encounter card in the game, because I'm such an incredibly nerdy nerd, because I have this YouTube channel. Everything I see on top of the encounter deck, I've got all these values and things I'm assigning, what could be worse, what could be this. And it's really satisfying to have that pay off. So for me, he kind of like rewards my game knowledge significantly. And
I just suffer for it.
Yeah. No, I help you. I feel like
you help me.
The Aerial Recon helps the team.
Yeah.
And here's a controversial statement for the people. Most people consider Winter Soldier like a very strong character. A lot of people have not had much success with Falcon. When we play our games with various different aspects, we've had these characters together and we've had them apart. Who do you feel is stronger? Who does more for the table and helps us more towards success?
Falcon.
You think Falcon?
Yeah.
Do you think it's close?
Some games, but other games, I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like it's about how it is for me. I don't think they're like leagues apart, but Winter Soldier, he's very good at what he does. Maybe he's the best he is at what he does. He's taking Wolverine's line. But he's a kind of like, I don't want to say one-dimensional, but he is very one-dimensional. Whereas I feel like Falcon could help in a variety of areas.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, as soon as once Aerial Recon is down, have we ever lost a game once Aerial Recon is down?
No.
I think even like we've taken these characters up against Ronan and stuff well, and we didn't, have a problem that I can recall.
No.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of Falcon, and I think he's better than most people think, and I think he will age well and rewards like knowledge and getting used to his unusual deck balance, because it's not perfect. If I had to design a hero kit for efficiency, the perfect balance, it wouldn't be that, but you can make it work, and it works really well when you do.
FFG, give us more birds.
Yeah, give us more birds. That would be fun as well.
More birds.
One bird in every aspect. I feel like we deserve that.
We do. I thought we were going to get it. One bird in every aspect, and they've let me down.
There is a bird in Miss Marvel's Nemesis set. His name is Thomas Edison.
Oh yeah, I don't care about him though. But they've let me down.
Yeah. Okay, let's swap back to your list. These lists are getting big now. And we have one final character. Tell me, where's Winter Soldier going?
He is fun. He does have one game plan.
He wants to hit minions or hit the villain, or go through minions and hit the villain at the same time.
Yeah, he just wants to stab or shoot. Whatever weapon he can get his hands on.
He reminds me a lot of Wolverine, and I see a lot of people, like when I look at polls, he ends up being placed near Wolverine. I think these just kind of straightforward damage characters like go. And I think, I felt like that's maybe not either of our style.
Yeah.
But I can see why it's a lot of people's style. So just to preface this, so the comments don't have too much hate if we don't rate him super high.
Yeah.
But where are you going to put him?
I still enjoy him. I still think he's a great character. When he does what he does, we get rewarded for it.
Yeah. Do you think he's awesome?
Yes, I think he's awesome.
Oh, so you're moving him up?
I think he's awesome. Yeah.
Do you think he goes above Black Panther? His arm giving his damage boots and stuff. His arm block he'd really like as well.
I think he's more near Nick Fury.
You think he's more down toward the end here?
Yeah.
Nick or Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier.
Okay.
I think he's there. I think Falcon you can play him in different ways.
Yes.
Whereas Winter Soldier, again, stab, stab, shoot, shoot. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like when we've played him, he's really fun. I enjoy being able to just destroy all those minions and get like loads of rewards for it. But at the same time, sometimes I like a little bit more to do.
Okay. That makes sense to me. I think that's a fair placement. You actually ended up placing all three of the heroes which have S.H.I.E.L.D. on the hero side in your awesome tier. Two of them have just snuck in with Nick and Winter Soldier, but Maria's here.
Yes.
So and Falcon's here. So this wave, who else did we have this wave?
S.h.i.e.l.D.
So Shuri placed well
Silk
as well.
was the only one that did not make the cut.
So apart from Silk, this was a really good wave for you. Maybe even the
Yes.
highest average wave. I've not done the maths. If you feel like doing that, let us know in the comments. But this has been a really good wave for you. You've really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed this wave. I just wonder where everyone from Civil War is going to go.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that at the end. I'm going to go ahead and place Winter Soldier now. I've got Maria quite low, but then Nick and Shuri high, and Falcon pretty high. So I've got a bit more of a mix here, but I still think this has been a good wave for me because I feel like to get into my top tier, it's like a prestigious achievement.
Yes.
And I'm like, those are great designs.
It's an exclusive club.
Yeah. For me, Winter Soldier, in some ways, I'm feeling not for me. And in some ways, I'm feeling fun. For me, I think that means he's fun but flawed. Played him a bunch, all different aspects and stuff. And he just is doing the same thing. And I almost think there are characters that want to defeat minions and stuff that do it more interesting already. If I compare him to Rocket, he is more streamlined. And some of his cards are more satisfying.
Yeah.
But the overall game plan is less nuanced, is kind of how I feel. I think he might be near the top of the fun but flawed because he is satisfying. For me, there's something about him that just for my playstyle doesn't click. He's kind of the opposite of my playstyle. He's just attack and not much else. And, you can figure out more card draw and things, but he's always going to use that arm to play his best attack, get the damage bonus, or, trigger arm blocks, damage block, etc. And he's just gonna kind of, I think this is a good placement for me.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna drop him down one. I think Phoenix has just got a lot more interesting stuff. Yeah. I quite often enjoy Phoenix, even if it's not perfect for me.
You do quite like Phoenix when it goes right.
She's really borderline moving up for me.
Yes.
But yeah, that about does our tier list. I'm gonna zoom it out. Hopefully we can see the whole thing on my screen here for mine, and then we can see your whole one here. So how do you feel looking at this? Any last minute changes you want to make?
I think everyone here is good.
Okay. Everyone's where you want them. Confirm, locking it in.
I'm locking it in.
Let me double check mine. Ooh, mine fits on less zoomed differently. I'm happy with this as well. I stand by this today at the time of recording. Tomorrow, completely change my mind. But I think this is good. I think this is overall how it is for me, with most characters only moving up or down a few spots at any given time.
Let me put a question to you.
I'm ready.
Where do you think the new characters are going to go?
So, where do I think the new characters are going to go? Since you went first for the rest of the video, I will place all three of them, I'm going to say. I'll just do it now.
Okay.
I think Tigra, for me, is going to go into fun. I've been a bit skeptical of her, depending on the mod sets, minions might go a little bit differently for her. But I think, from what I've heard from one of our friends, he's managed to get it early over in the Netherlands, and just talking about getting these minions, getting all this card draw is fun, juggling these minions is fun, and the new cards that you can use with her or existing cards, there are some combos there, and I think that's going to be satisfying. I think that Hulkling is going to end up at least awesome for me. He's kind of feels a bit Spider-Woman to me in that he's got so many deck builds because his stats can change. You can do so much with him. But he is event-driven. But I like event-driven characters. And then we have Wonder Man. Early prediction, and this is a bit of a bold statement, so it's just a prediction. I think he might go into super fun for me.
Ooh.
When I did my review, I forgot to say out loud, but when I was editing it, I sometimes put text boxes on the screen. And he, for me, reminds me of Nova, Psylocke, and Bishop. And all those characters to me are awesome or super fun, basically in my top 2 tiers. And add on to that, he's got this really interesting multi-aspect deck building. And I think he might not end up there. He could even end up, I don't know, fun but flawed. I'd be alarmed if it was the bottom tier. But I think he's got really strong potential to end up in my top 10, top 15 characters.
Where do you think I'll put them?
I feel like Tigra might end up being a little Silk for you in that you might not know when to keep the minion around, when to get rid of it, and that I can feel a sense of uncertainty from you, because I feel like this is part of the downside of playing with me, because I feel like I'm very precise, and I feel like you have to be quite precise, and then you're not sure how to be precise in these situations the same way sometimes.
Yeah, I guess.
So I feel like you need to relax. Maybe that will be our goal when we play Tyra. Just play her. Just do what you want to do. Don't worry about what I do. Which I do say quite a lot, don't I?
Yes, you do.
But I feel like for you, she might end up like fun but flawed. But I think she could surprise you. So I'm not gonna. I think somewhere in fun or fun but flawed.
In my head, I had her at the end of fun.
Okay, like the lower end.
Yeah, just below Gambit.
Okay.
Where you've got Gambit.
Hulkling, I'm going to be honest, I think he'll be very strong. I think he'll have money and, some card draw. He's got a lot of options. I think you're going to have him at least in Awesome.
Yes, I think so.
I can see that. I mean, maybe we're going similar. The one I'm not sure for you is Wonder Man. I think when you play him, he will surprise you.
Yeah.
In some ways, he's also Captain Marvel-esque in that he likes energies. But he's going to want to play a lot of different energy events. But he's going to want to sometimes overpay for stuff with big chunky resources. Yep. And I think all of that sounds like right up your alley.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you predicting he'll go? Go back to your tier list, in fact.
I wasn't sure if he'd be super fun or at the top of Awesome.
So you're also predicting good things for Wonder Man.
Yeah.
You see why I had to make the video I wasn't going to make?
I know.
Yeah. I really cannot wait for Wonder Man.
He seems like he's going to be fun.
They've said February. Hopefully he's not delayed. Hopefully they've given themselves time for him to get where he needs to go.
Or they could send it early.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No. Come on, Civil War.
Yeah. Okay, happy with your tier list?
I'm happy with my tier list.
Are you proud of this tier list?
I am proud of this tier list.
Are you ready for people to get angry with our placements in the comments?
I've already had to deal with you getting angry with my placements. So.
Okay. Do you think people will resonate more with your tier list here or my tier list here? Who do you think is going to be kind of the fan favourite tier list?
Me.
You think so?
Yes.
Tell me why. What's the main difference here?
People are probably going to be expecting yours, so yours isn't really going to be a surprise to them.
Okay. I was thinking it's my channel. People kind of who like to watch me a lot, maybe share a few more opinions on average because of that, or But I kind of think your tier list, when I look at yours, these are all fun characters up here. I think Doctor Strange and Spider-Ham are maybe the ones that some people have really low, but some people have really high.
Yes.
But I like how much I feel like your tier list is a lot more bold than mine in terms of placement.
Yes, I think so.
I think that's really fun. And maybe it's like the guest on the channel, you've got the underdog kind of thing.
I do.
But yeah, see what you guys think. Let us know in the comments. Is there anything that really stands out to you guys? And thank you for watching, because this has been a long video.
Yes, thank you for finally having me on.
I have offered before. Let it be known at the end of this video, I've offered before. You can't call me out like this. You can't call me out like this.
I just did.
Okay. But, yeah. No, it's really good to have you on. I think it's been really fun. I think you offer a very different perspective than me on the characters in the game in general. Yeah. And I think that's one of the fun things about playing the game with you, that I get to see such a different perspective on everything, which helps me with the channel, honestly, talk about stuff. So
yes, it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to go and play some Marvel Champions, maybe. So
I think so.
So see you guys in the next video. If you guys watched my channel update recently, this is one of those 4 videos I said I had coming up. I've done a couple of my sponsored ones now. So there might be more videos, and there might be videos even on topics that aren't Marvel Champions, but there are 3 big Marvel Champions videos to go before the official full slowdown / stopping. So keep an eye out for those.
I know what they are, and they're very exciting.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Goodbye.
Bye.